All right, well, welcome, guys. It's live on my camera, so we'll get to you guys in probably whenever she decides it. Well, welcome. Welcome to Time to Tabletops. New show, new trippers. Oh, what does that mean? Who knows? But before we get to all that stuff, let's go with the schedule. We're going to talk about the schedule for this week and next week for get kind of the maintenance out of the way. This week, guys, if you are watching anything to that effect, you can buy through our Twitch channel the E3 2017 digital ticket from Humble Bundle. You can buy it through our channel right now. The cool part is if you do buy it from us, you get 2 for 1. So if you buy a Humble Bundle for $15, you get a second one for free. I think we all know how that works. Okay. So next week, of course, Tuesday, we're back with our regular Infinity Tower. Next week, we had Ish this week, but now we have Infinity Tower, our D&D 5th edition, run by Hans, which is awesome. Of course, Wednesday, we're going to have What Game Did You Bring? Next week, we may be going to Comedy Sports Club for that, which is pretty rad. He's got a system that works really well. We haven't tried it out yet. I think it's called FAST, and I think it's an acronym for something. I don't know. Of course, next Thursday will be the second show up here, so make sure and come here. And all those shows right now are scheduled at 6:30 p.m., and that's Pacific Standard, Daylight, whatever you want to call it. Pacific. Let's go over the sponsors. Ambient Realms. Now, this is a song that I put together, but it is being played through, I don't know if I can lift this up, through some of the stuff that Ambient Realms, as one of our sponsors, creates soundboards, sweet sounds, all that kind of stuff. So they support Huntington's Disease Society of America, Autism Speaks, some great causes out there. Plus Arc Night. That's kind of a cool thing to talk about too. Do we have, I forgot to grab these. Flat plastic minis. Look at that, it's flat, it's plastic.
What?
And it's not big, it's mini.
Oh my god.
So these little guys, you can actually get digital downloads of this stuff too. How do you get that stuff? 9 more followers on us and we'll give it to you for free. We have a special giveaway. Once we get 9 more followers, we'll pick somebody random that follows us, and you get hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. We get 2 packages away once we hit 9 more followers. So, further ado, are we on everybody right now?
Yeah.
Sweet. I want to go around, and if anybody else has any announcements about them, what they do, just as people.
That's like the broadest.
And I was gonna warn you about it, but I thought this is more fun.
Great.
So, anybody, I mean, if you have any announcements that you want to
what's for lunch
pimp
today?
out, or if you're making somebody a sandwich and you feel good about it, and it's the best sandwich ever. Then
Lunchroom ladies are
This is
really upset.
self-propaganda.
Throw away your trays.
Anybody, anything they want to talk about themselves. Look at that.
Awkward.
Right? I love this part.
We're
I
all
love this
amazing
part.
people.
And we do this.
Oh, you
we
want us to
play
talk
games.
about our work? Yes.
Pretty much, I work and play games.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, you
my
do.
life.
And don't you play games at work sometimes?
Yeah.
I wish. Just because I work in a comic shop doesn't mean I get to play games.
Dang it.
I know, it's the worst.
My favorite is when someone's like, "Oh, I don't know how to play this." And I'm like, "Ha! This is my job right now."
Yeah.
I get to show
That's
you
great.
how to do this.
Let me show you something.
Yeah. Please let me play. No.
Well, instead of introducing your characters, because we're going to get to that point, why don't you just tell us who you are then? Who are you?
Brendan.
Existential.
Hi, Brandon. How are you?
Hi, Brandon.
Oh, Rock. Who's this?
Hi, I'm Ryza.
What up?
Yeah.
I don't know if that went
I
over.
feel like we're all at an AA meeting right now.
I know. We could be. We could be. Except for, what up?
Well, you know.
This is the failed aim. This is the after.
Right. This is where we've all just
I need
given up.
my 0-day chit.
So yeah, I'm Jeff.
I'm Jim.
Sarah.
Scooter, Disco Preacher on here. Basically, I created this beast called Time to Tabletop. So we'll see where it goes from there, right?
That was a bad idea. Can't stop burping.
Tonight, what we're gonna do is play a game. It's an open legend RPG based game. So you're gonna say, what does that mean? Well, who knows? New Trippers is the name of the show, and there's a reason you'll find out. But Open Legend is just one of those systems that through the players, I've asked them to come up with whatever character they want to come up with, and it has nothing to do with the system itself. The beautiful part about New Trippers and the Open Legend system that I feel is you create a character out of your head and then take the rules and make them fit your character. It's kind of a backwards way of doing RPGs, which at least the RPGs that I've played is usually like, oh, here's the rules, here's your archetypes, all that stuff. This is like free for all. You know, you could literally throw a deck of cards out there and pick a character. That's why I chose to do this one. Plus, I haven't GM'd in a while, just because of being busy. But I thought, well, if I'm going to GM, why don't we choose something I've never GM'd also? Yeah, go big or go bigger. That's kind of my thought. So, shake out the nerves, those kind of things, and we'll go from there. What I'd like to do is, there's a little intro kind of video that we put together. A couple of the geniuses up here, and go ahead and kick that in. Come on back. Woo! If you watch the video, it's just a little 11-second intro video that we put together. One of the amazing talents that we have on board is, they didn't want to talk about how amazing she is who? Sarah! Swissity. So yeah, she put together that video there. I wrote a little ditty for it, and that became kind of our MO in a sense. So really fun.
Anime-mo? No.
Yeah, that too.
Anime-mo. No.
Anime-mo.
Yeah.
M-O. Anime-mo. Anime-mo.
I'm really good at derailing and deflecting.
Well, that's good. That is good.
This will make for good, RPG right now.
Yeah. So I guess we'll. What we'll do is first welcome everybody here that is watching or may watch in post. After we doing it. Welcome.
Oh,
Welcome if you're watching.
Oh, I'm gonna sound effects for it. Yeah.
Nice round. So, I'm not gonna really set up a setting, but I will change up maybe the music a little bit because a little less, more fun here. Okay. What we're going to try and do is not really explain the world, but right now we're going to try the session 0.5, maybe working into session 1 if you ever played RPGs. The session 0 is normally where you kind of discuss, hey, what kind of game do you want to play? We kind of already did that, and we kind of sat and we gave freedom to everyone to do whatever they want. So I feel like a 0.5, because it's a brand new system. I'm gonna screw up the rules. Let's be real. But that's what it's all about. So as we play this game throughout, we're going to learn the rules as we go. So if anybody in the chat says, oh, you can do this, or you can't do that, we don't take offense to it. We encourage it. We highly encourage it. I encourage you as players to go, oh, but I read up on here, and I go, oh, that's cool. Maybe we'll try it next time, or that kind of thing. That's kind of the basis of learning a new system, I think. It's more fun that way. So I know that Swissity, Sarah, had some character questions. I said, whoa, hold on. Let's put that on camera.
I was gonna have gameplay questions.
Okay.
So with
That's great.
beans and boons,
Yes.
how do you know, like, I see the attribute you roll for, like, for example, blinded is an energy attribute on my end versus their guard, but I don't know how to roll, you know? Like, I don't know how to actually game.
What is your entropy on your attributes?
Entropy meaning the strength?
Yeah, what is the actual dice?
Oh, it's right there. The answer's right
What
there.
is it?
2d6.
So you would roll a d20
Okay.
and
then
2d6.
for
Yep.
the attack. Okay.
Yep, and if anything gets to its highest number on your dice, what happens?
Get to go again?
Dice explodes. So that's the cool part. I was like, exploding dice is really why this was exciting. I've only played this system like once or twice. And playing it, I saw somebody roll a 66 on a challenge. I mean,
Yes.
and as the GM had a challenge rating of probably 18 or 19. So,
So it like turns
So just,
the
like,
character into
insta-kill.
dust.
so
Yeah.
well, it's instead
like-
of trying to read somebody's mind, it's like scanners and their head blew up. I mean, let's be real. You know, those kind of things. So that
you
answered
went
what
back
you
in a
were...
post-
Yeah, actually, if I just
It's
looked
like
at
you
my
learn
paper
things that they
properly,
didn't
I
know
would
about
have figured it out.
themselves.
No, and that's
Thank you.
but
Is that why I do that?
the papers they can be small and they're not easy to read
My
sometimes.
old lady eyeballs. I'm just kidding.
Old lady eyeballs.
That'd be a better character. Dang it, like
Just
two
like
eyeballs.
pair of
with a
old
lady.
eyeballs.
Let's
Yeah,
You
they've
can play
seen
two.
some things.
I just picture
Yeah,
a
they've seen
witch.
a lot of things, man.
I wanted like eyeballs on each hand.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
Did you guys ever see Warlock?
Nope.
It was like an old movies from the 80s. It was like this.
The blonde guy.
Yeah, the blonde guy who was in Arachnophobia.
Yep.
He was a warlock, but he had like eyes that would pull out of. I remember I loved it. I was like,
I love the eyes.
sorry.
That's
Hey,
so good.
derailment number 2. Bam.
We are going for a trifecta
No.
within the first 10 minutes.
Are we done yet? No.
No, that's
Sorry.
derailments. I'm into derailments and having fun. Okay, I really am. This is more about having fun more than it is making it epic and a huge. The story will come. The story will come through organically. So I know you had a question about that. Anybody have any more like of their characters that we've been going over? If you have any more like structural questions.
I have a question. So when I was picking the like boons and banes, it said there was like a power level thing. I don't know, like
Yes.
what
Oh, I picked
what is
all
that?
the beans and beans.
Different
I filled
power
them up.
levels do different things depending on the bane.
Is
Boon
there
and
didn't know
like a
how to
specific
do it, but then
way?
okay.
Like could we just do like power level 9 of something just off the bat?
But you don't have
You
power
have to
level
have-
9.
You have to have that score.
You
in
see,
that
look at your score level
attribute.
on your attributes. Just look at your score level on your attributes. As level 1, you can only have 5. That's the highest you can have for your power level that you can purchase as level 1.
Okay.
So do you have a 5 in that list?
No.
Okay, well, let's assume you do. If you have a power level of 5 in your attributes, you can cast up to power level 5. 4, 3,
That's awesome.
2,
Got it.
1.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
It's
That's
What
how many
I don't know if it
points
specifies in the book, and you guys can
it
correct
costs.
me if
So like
I
it cost
don't
me
know.
10 out of 40 to
Um,
get my agility to 4.
But let's say your boon or bane allows you to do power level 2 or a power level 4, and you go for a power level 4, and you don't make it. Let's say because on a boon you'd have to roll on a power level 4, you'd have to roll 18 or above.
Oh.
Does that make sense? And that means 2 times the power level plus 10. That's across the board. But let's say you roll a 14. Power level 2 is available to you, right? So I strongly feel like if we're in that midst of you trying to do a boon of power level 4, which you'd have to roll 18, but you roll a 14, and there's a lot of numbers, guys, and I apologize. But if you roll a
Your
14,
failure can still be a success.
you still got the power level 2.
Okay.
So you're like, I'm gonna shoot this big epic lightning bolt, and it comes out as a little lightning bolt. I'm totally cool with that. And that's another reason why I love this system is there's no real what they call epic failures. The whole concept is to not let your dice roll inhibit the gameplay.
It's failing with style.
Yes, you will fail, The storyline will continue in the way that you kind of wanted it to, but it just won't be as. It could be funnier than if you rolled a really nice roll. So, hopefully that kind of answered your question there. Power level 5 at level 1 is kind of the max. Okay, and to do a power level 5 of something, you'd have to roll a 20. Right? If the power level 5 is on there. So,
But
yeah.
that's a 20 with rolling a d20 plus whatever.
Well, a 5 is what, 2d6?
Yeah,
Is a power level 5 a 2d6?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't have a 5.
I have a 5.
I have 2 4s, but I don't have a 5.
Yeah, my 5 says 2d6.
I know, I'm looking
Yes.
through your guys' character sheets and go, who has a
Yeah,
power
because
level
power level
5?
4 is a d10.
Power level
I
5
wanted
is a
power level
2d6, and I will not tell you who has the power level 5.
Oh, except.
Well, now we know Sarah does.
Dang it, I missed that. I was
I
reading
didn't
and
know
not
it was a
listening.
secret. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just messing.
I have a lot of 0 power levels.
So yeah, so you just
Same.
roll a
I'm
d20
a weak.
plus the 2 d6s.
And you're
if
trying
that
to get
was
a 20
or more, then you succeeded
succeed.
in your
And could you imagine if you ended up rolling a 60? That's a pretty sweet power, you know?
Does that add damage? It's just a
It
success.
doesn't really add damage. It's really, how do you look at it? Rules based, you can do whatever the hell you want. I can. You know, I can go, oh man, that just obliterates him and he takes 1 million damage.
Right in the eyeball.
Yeah. Eyeballs. I think eyeball is the form of the night. Eyeball.
Pupils.
Everything hits the eyeball.
Yeah. So look at it that way as like it's more about having the fun and the dice rolls. We'll get to those because, like I said, the dice rolls on here is more of the challenge. If something's challenging, which sometimes it's just not going to be. Sometimes it's just going to be the way it is. So, any more mechanic, like just character creation when you were creating your character? Did you have any more things like boxes that you wanted to fill in that we can discuss? We can discuss this right now.
I straight up didn't fill up any of my boons.
But
I
do
thought we
that.
were supposed to wait to do those because I was like, oh, I'm good.
no, but look,
Fuck
this.
yeah.
Well, no, you didn't. If you didn't fill in your boons, this is the time to talk about what boons are,
Okay.
how to fill in those boxes, because I feel like
It's not
attributes
saying
are
the
pretty
word.
self-explanatory, right?
boons.
Yeah.
I like boons.
Yeah.
So think about it that way. It's like your attributes are pretty easy. They tell you, oh, this lets you jump high. This lets you be sneaky. This lets you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I really like that. When you go to your boons and banes, you're kind of like, oh crap.
Right.
Okay, what do I do?
I got excited once I figured them out.
Well, but
Because I didn't. I hadn't for
I
a long
want-
time. And
I
was
like
like,
figuring
oh,
things
shit.
out.
Light bulb. So sorry.
no,
Is
don't.
that the everybody?
This
calm
could be a
down now?
timer.
Oh.
My daughter got this for me when she went to.
Oh,
This was
God,
in
I
New
love
York.
those
Oh
timers.
man.
And I have not figured out how much. I have not figured out how much time takes
It
to
needs
go down
buttons
this
so you can
thing.
shoot the rings over the little
Pew,
portals.
pew, pew, yeah. Like
No.
like in one of those.
I would say I would
Balls
play
in the
that
basket.
forever, man. This is just a timer. It's not really a timer, but I feel like it could be.
Right.
So we'll find out. Maybe that is.
Do you know how long it is?
No, I
Unless
haven't. I've flipped it like 87 times and have never timed it.
And
Every
it
time I'm
does
like, oh, I'm
stream?
gonna time
You
it.
could, you
and
could
I
ask your
haven't
wife.
yet.
She knows how long it is.
Nope.
Never mind.
Nope. She's busy trying to make sure that this is actually working.
Right.
Just the brains.
She's the brains, the brawn, she's
said it out
the everything. So, I digress. Okay, what the hell were we talking about? Okay,
I actually had a pretty specific question
Yes.
about a very specific boon.
Oh.
I took Aura,
yes.
and it says that I can either project an aura of a Bane or a boon. Do I choose that upon activation or upon selecting Aura as a boon that I can do?
Ooh, that might be one of
Because
those.
as written, it sounds like I choose to activate it and then choose the thing
Well,
that I'm doing it.
You can do any boon in any, as long as you
Yes.
have it, right?
Okay.
boons,
So like
and I think
cantrips.
that pipes up a great question. Go ahead.
This is-
Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, so what's on the character sheet that a lot of us are using are just preferred boons.
Right.
Ones that we think.
Okay.
But any boon for which you have the prerequisite attribute score,
Okay.
you can do.
Sweet. Awesome.
Boons are
They're,
boons and
they're benefits to you
Yeah.
and your team, or your
Sweet.
team. So you can like pick somebody and I want to heal them, or I want to whatever.
Okay, cool.
It
That
really
bane
is
what you do to the enemy.
Yeah, that's the rad part. Like, I know he brought it up. Jim brought it up. Boone eyeballs. That's all I can think of. Eyeballs. But
We're gonna like make a home rule through an
Terrifying.
extra eyeball.
I mean, I really
we can do that.
Right.
I have zero
That'd be
problems
great.
with
Can't we
that.
just have like little eyeball characters at me?
Give me the eye.
Like the fates,
Oh yeah.
passing an eye around.
Yeah, I was thinking
I
of
like it.
the witches. I was thinking of the 3 witches in the film.
I mean, same character model,
Just different, yeah.
right? Different mythology.
Who knows where that came from? But no, the cool thing about Boons and Banes is if your character has the attribute, you can do it. Sweet. You don't have to choose it
Oh, okay.
in your character sheet. That's like Jim said, it's preferred. So
Something you think that might be, kind of good
Oh yeah,
with your
no.
character.
I plan on using aura all the time.
yeah, because there's some I can't remember what it's called. If anybody knows, tell me. There's a boon that gives you the availability to do a bane at any time.
Boon access.
Oh.
Isn't that the boon access where
Bane
you can
access.
choose?
Bane.
Oh, Bane access.
There's-
okay, I
yeah.
have boon access.
Well, there's different ways. You
But that's
took-
actually-
that's a feat. Foot. Feet
Phrase it double.
can give you boon access, and the cool part is a boon can give you bane access. If you take a boon that gives you bane access, it's just like automatically succeeding in a bane. That's kind of a cool attribute that goes to a boon, that goes to a bane. Yeah, as we play, you'll find that out. And these are all just mechanics and those types of things, but
I feel like this is
very
just a bit
enjoyable.
That's my life.
Any other, keep going guys, any more mechanic stuff?
Oh, I had one.
Uh-huh.
So with the weapons and armor, you said I could take light armor because of my character type, but I want to put forth that I might also be able to take a light melee weapon, like a shiv kind of thing with my character's particular. Yeah, okay. That was my question.
Yes,
I put it in there with the intention of scratching it out if you said no, but I didn't know.
No, it's not about me saying no. I will always say, well, I won't always say.
Because I think
I'll
she'd be able
say-
to fashion into like a little shing, kind of. But
A little shing.
A little shing is the official
So it's like etched in the handle, it says shing.
instead
Okay.
of shiv. Yeah.
It says shing.
Sorry.
But that comes with your equipment. So let's talk about that. I mean, I really want to talk about like the logistics of here, so that when we get in playing the game, because we probably won't do combat or anything like that for an episode or two, because we want to establish some stuff. But when it comes to, here's the cool thing: when I created a strange character that just had nothing but powers and no weapons, your range increments. And how you can expand them. You can expand them over disadvantage. And does everybody know what disadvantage is?
You roll 2, take the lesser of the
Of what?
20.
The additional dice.
Unless you have,
That's the cool part.
unless you have no additional dice.
Right, then you roll the d20. If you have no additional, you roll the d20 twice. Just that's standard RPG rules, disadvantage. The cool part is if you have disadvantage in something, you still get your d20. You get to roll the 2d6, and you have disadvantage 1. You get to roll 3d6 and pick the lowest 2. Flip side, advantage, same concept. So we'll get into those, and those are combat heavy.
And you can stack them, right? You can have multiple levels of advantage. You can have like
You-
advantage 2, advantage 3.
Yes,
and
you
it's
can.
An additional die. Right.
And that was a big question even when they were developing the game. I messaged the creator about if you have disadvantage on an attack, but you have advantage on that attack. It's literally just a cancellation. Okay, so if you have advantage 2, and for some reason the way you're attacking is disadvantage 1, you just have advantage 1. So cancel them out the way they go, and it's perfectly the way it goes. So let's go back to we were talking about armor first, and then we'll go on to the weapons part. We're talking about armor on here. Reason I said that is when you submitted yours, there was no armor, and I was looking at your wealth level and everything you have. Your wealth level is 1, correct?
I think it says 2, but I don't know.
But 2, yeah, okay. Your wealth level. I'm not even looking at a sheet, but you have at least 1 or 2, right? It says required fortitude 0. So anybody that's level 1 gets at least a wealth level of 1. You can't choose less than 1 unless you want to create a poverty, which I'm cool with that too. But you at least get the option of taking a light armor, which gives you a defense bonus of 1. So if that makes sense. Okay, so that's why I was like, you can get a bonus 1.
Okay.
So might as well take it. And then also when it came to your weapons go in your actions. Okay? You choose your weapons and you can use them in their actions. Depending on how the weapon... Have you guys looked through the weapons? I know some of you have because you're more...
A little bit.
Okay. Who's walked through them mostly? I mean, who is a weapon-oriented character?
We're
magic.
Magic-y.
I always have a weapon on me.
Do you know how to use your specific one for your character?
Mostly.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. Tell me what you got.
I've got weapons.
What you got going on?
Mine, I just haven't really looked up the specifics for it.
No worries. Doesn't matter.
So yeah, I literally just don't really know
Okay.
how combat
Okay.
happens yet.
Explain
But
it,
also
please.
like the way that ideally my character doesn't engage in a whole lot of actual combat because he's pretty sneaky.
Let's just say you're going to pick up a rock. If you're going to pick up a rock and throw it at something, how are you going to do that? I think that's what I'm trying to get
Got it.
in the rules. It's kind of like even if you have a throwing knife or a dagger or just a stick that you find on the ground, what kind of action are you taking? So it depends on the weapon itself. Because I know that your character, Jim, you have some weapons.
Yeah.
How did you put them down as actions?
I do not.
Okay.
No, and we're just realizing that I should.
Well, you don't have to. I was like, we can figure that as we go along. But this is literally for like us. And if anybody watches this video, we're gonna figure this out together.
Well, I mean, with actions, I know there's a whole slew of things you can do. You can attack for damage.
Yes.
Which can be melee or any type of weapon.
Yes.
Right. But you can also use a bane as an attack. And so for actions, I already had a few banes picked out. And the bane kind of spells out what attributes you can use, right? Because some have multiple attributes that would apply, and you can just kind of pick your best one, right?
Right.
And then based on that attribute, there's a whatever spec the target can try to counteract that with, such as guard or resolve or something.
Right, and that's
But I
your
never
basic...
went through that with the weapons.
Right, and I'm actually, I'm in here at OpenLegendRPG.com, and I'm scrolling through this stuff because I know that honestly, I love the magic part of this system. So when it comes to weapons, we could be teaching each other some cool things. Anybody, when you put down weapons in there, I'm looking up weapons here. If anybody, is there anybody in the chat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody watching in the chat? Producer Sarah.
Yeah.
We have 2 Sarahs in the house.
The good ones over there.
Oh.
Good.
The good one. I'm Sarah too.
That's all a matter of perspective, I think.
Sarah does.
Because I don't think your
It's a new
husband would
hit
call
right
you
now.
Sarah too.
I mean,
Because I am number 1.
You that number 2.
So anybody can help me out here because I'm at a loss all of a sudden.
so similar to Jim, I put my actions as the banes that I can inflict because I was
Me
reading
too.
that like with an attack, if I hit 10 or higher than their whatever defensive stat it is, I am allowed to inflict a specific bane.
Yes.
So like I've got one of my weapons is my Bowie knife. I know can inflict. It doesn't have it on here, but I know that I can do.
You do makeup damage.
I don't remember, but there's specific banes associated with that weapon. That I know for those, I have to score the 10 higher. But could I just try to do a bane anyway? That's
And I think that's where I'm. And now I sound like an idiot here because the last time I read these, the verdict is not out on that one. Sorry. There's been a judgment on your idiocy a while back.
Charlie agrees. Yep.
Because on an attack, like you were saying, you roll the dice according to what attribute it has. And then, of course, then it can inflict a bane.
Right.
It's kind of like I throw a knife at you, right? And you have, a defense of 12, and I roll a 13. And I throw a knife. You probably get hit with the butt end of it and got hit in the side of the head. But if you roll 10 past that, in this system, in this system,
It's like
in this system you don't have a lot of hit points. Even as you level up, you don't get like hundreds of hit points like in other systems. You have
It's
like
like Big Trouble in Little China, right?
Yes.
You get 10 over, you catch the knife and you throw it back at him.
and I'm out.
It's all the reflexes.
So look at it that way. So actions and banes and attacks are pretty much the same movement inside each other. They just kind of, it's not stack, and I don't want to say stack. It's kind of like in this system. What I've noticed is when you do something in an attribute, it can affect a boon, which can affect a bane, and then it just can it can move forward. Kind of the better your character is. Yeah, it's all connected. Conspiracies. Don't break out into Barney song. Just
That
don't.
wasn't Barney.
I felt like he was about to go.
She did it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I was
like,
I have to slip my
He
own
was
wrist.
close. He was
You know
close.
what? I put forth that Barney is not actually the worst
He's not.
compared to.
Oh gosh, have you seen? I mean, I have a
What a
nephew,
crazy town.
and we
So
what is the
So
what's the song? Daddy Shark song? I was like, I can't do it. There's
Johnny Shark.
baby songs out there that are.
There's Wonder Pets I can't stand.
Wonder Pets, Paw Patrol.
This is serious.
Let's teach
Look
children
at all
how to
this.
with a list.
Anybody else? Brandon, you got any?
What?
Any ones that you just like the bane of your existence?
The
Uh,
bane of
no,
your
not really.
existence. Sorry.
Or the boon of your existence.
I choose a feet. Foot feet.
I'm gonna learn my.
Anybody else? I mean, is that helping you fill in any boxes?
I'm trying to fill things in.
No, just as you go though.
But
ask
like,
the question.
there's a lot of like boons and banes that I don't want.
You don't have to.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
Don't know. You don't.
Just
If
put the
you
ones
if you think
wanted.
what
Yeah, because there's not really any that I really want. There's like maybe one.
It's like you know how to balance a checkbook, but you don't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna put something out here. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I am going to say, if you guys, like you're saying right there, you don't find any boons you like or banes.
I'd like maybe like one or two.
Okay.
I can't really figure out.
There's
I'm
a
still working on the banes. but-
There's
Okay.
a feat
But-
that you can take boon access. So if you don't have the abilities to get, but then you can get like if there was a boon, right? I mean, then you can access ones that you might not normally be able to.
That is not on your list.
Because I did that.
Possibly.
It's like,
Yeah, it's an attribute.
But not only that, but
It's a feat.
if you
Yes.
feel in your creative self to create and go, you know what?
Oh,
Do you know it'd be a cool boon to have? If I could do this. If I could find a way to melt someone's ears.
yes.
You know, and
Make
then it
a
can,
car that
Make
runs
a
on
stew.
water.
I got a little see?
That's my witch eyeball talking. Should have been the witch.
I'm going to use my Beaver Bane.
Beaver Bane.
At power level 5.
He's got a.
So what, just
I'm not
sugar
gonna
difference?
even go there. But if you feel creative enough to where you feel like you want to add and come up with some stats for a boon or a bane, I'm totally open to it because I've done that in every system that I've ever played or run. I've opened that up to people. Like if you want to create a spell or a special cool thing that you build or something like that, I was like, I am 100% open to that. I think that sparks creativity, but plus when it says it's open legend RPG, it's open to add stuff into this system. The creator is open to adding stuff that makes sense, that works with the system. So if you come up with a boon or bane, it can be, refined and say, well, this is a little too powerful, not powerful enough, and we can figure it out, and we can go for it. We'll test it in our system and play it. Okay, so if you find some stuff you
we'll
don't
have
like.
to discuss it because I'm still trying to because
Wrap
my
your head
character
around
seems to be very different. Because a lot of people are like, I can do anything. I didn't really do that because I like it that way. So
Well,
we'll figure it out.
yeah, and I think it depends on your character. Sometimes you want to give it some sort of rails, some sort of bumpers that bounce back and forth. So if you have those kind of questions about filling in boxes and stuff like that, any time is the time. But this time, we're letting other people see that we're new to this too.
Yeah.
That's a big part of this. So
Be gentle.
No.
My first time.
We're not gonna get murdered, but how are we ever gonna learn and grow?
well, there's a system about that too. So who knows about dying in this game? Anybody?
Only what you
It's
know.
not gonna
Is
happen.
it like the
difficult to
Phoenix
do.
game?
Right.
Huh?
Is it like the Phoenix game? I forgot what it's called.
Kinda.
Okay.
Anybody know?
No.
Basically, there is. Gosh, I need to revisit that section too. If anybody wants to start looking stuff up, that'd be great. Because I'm like clicking, and I was like, oh, because they're still moving stuff and creating. I know that dying in this game is not a normal thing, for the reason of
Well, the point is storytelling.
point of story.
Kind of hard to be part of the story.
Yeah, and
Or maybe, or unless that's
Or
your
both.
story, yeah.
But then it's still part of the story.
Remember me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
but I know that damage attacks, reverse defense. I love this too. It's like, and you know about range attacks and stuff like that. We'll get into them.
I'm attacking with a range.
Like a cooking range. I'm so sorry.
A whole graph.
That's
Yeah,
really
fun.
good.
I got an oven chucker.
He goes
So I just want to know is it gas or electric? Because
Gas is tethered.
I think they have different. Yeah.
Well, is it burning damage or electrical?
Yeah.
It's getting too real.
Oh, it's too funny. I was trying to kind of look for it, but we'll look at it and I'll post about it.
It looks like a lot of the how do you die in this game is under running the game.
Yeah, and I'm in there.
Okay.
Did you find it?
A little
About
bit, but
dying?
not a lot.
Because
about
it's there's an optional rule in it. That's the cool part. Encounter. Okay, not every fight that your party gets into to be a knockdown, drag out fight to death. It's kind of they want you to be more of the story, like you were saying. But we'll look it up and I'll post it on something.
not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
Sleep.
Don't want to go in the car.
I feel fine.
Happy.
I love it. You guys are good.
We need to revisit that. Or just sit back and watch that.
Yeah.
I'll find it. I was like, if anybody's watching and wants to post it and tweet us about it or do whatever you want, tell us all about it. But yeah, that was kind of intrigued me a little bit too. You can have an optional rule of like you can die in here if you want. That's going to be a discussion of you guys. You know, it's not just me playing this game. There's 6 of us here. You know, so 6 of us playing. So it's not just my game. So if you guys feel, well, we'll discuss it another time. You know, through stuff.
Sweet.
Character good? You feel like you're more like, oh, I get some understanding of that stuff that I was thinking
I'm
about.
not sure. Once we get to using it, we'll see.
I think that's going to be the challenge, and that won't be for a little while anyways, because we want to establish characters and stuff like that. Jeff, do you feel like at least your questions are...
Yeah.
Okay. Solid, Jim. Rising. You feel good?
Feeling
Well,
good
if
for
you
now.
have questions, ask.
I don't know what
Right,
questions
okay.
to ask. So.
Brennan?
I'll do.
Okay, cool. So this is kind of the moment once we get kind of a little bit of nuts and bolts. It's like, I don't think we have a lot of them, but like a couple of nuts and a couple of bolts. 7.
7. Oh, right.
Yes.
7.
7.
What's in
What's our bolts? This is kind of the point where I wanted to kind of go through and you don't have to divulge anything about your character unless you want to. But it would be kind of going through the motions of, you know, going through and not telling viewers and stuff like that about your character, because I read your character sheets, of course. And I don't know if you want to tell others about your character, but more about what inspired your character, because everybody has like their favorite character in their head, and that changes every couple weeks, right? I was like, we have this woo, this is awesome, and then 2 weeks they're like, no, this is woo.
I'm a lady.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So
I'm a lady.
that's perfectly okay.
I hope that's your character's voice.
It's not. Definitely not.
It might be now. We don't know.
My voice.
Kind of like what inspired your character, like even if it's like an anime or just a noir film or something like that, or you're just something to just like spewed out of your ears and you're like, oh, this is what I wanted, and I vomited this onto my character sheet.
And then it like he held it up and it was like, you know, a face.
This dude done
Like
the
the
Circle
pattern
K.
of the vomit.
Well, it could.
Yeah.
I've seen Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
The guy at
There's a
Circle
puke
K, though,
angels.
I was
I mean-
like, oh my
Actually.
gosh. You are my character.
I must immortalize you.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to go
But a little
first, that's
magic,
cool.
sorry.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not it first.
Nose goes.
I can't be first.
It's not about that I'm not it. It's just like I can't be first. He says I can't be.
No.
How is that like? Is that like
Now I
a?
feel like you should.
Is that like cosmic?
So
rule?
Let's work through this.
So my character is somebody
I heard,
that
oh well.
is blatantly plagiarized
All mine.
from some of my favorite books. I'm not gonna say which. Somebody may figure it out if you're well read.
I'm not.
But,
So
That's sure.
it'll be all
Sure
like
we're good.
a big surprise.
And basically, it's somebody who is a supporting character, not a main character, who I just found really interesting in the way that this person supported everybody else. So, and that was kind of what he just liked doing. And he was very low key, very unassuming. But very, very lethal. And so it's kind of like one of those guys where if you set him on a task, it would get done and nobody would know by whom, you know, but it would get done. So I just kind of like that. He had a work ethic, but he didn't crave limelight. And I don't know, there was just something about that guy I just liked. So that's kind of like, my guy, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, did you feel like
blade?
maybe that's his voice?
I
Sounds
don't know. I like the one that's a little more high pitched.
the Cockney one. is good.
She's a lady.
I'll do it like Tom Jones.
Whoa, what's new, pussy?
Sorry.
So did you feel, I mean, did you honestly feel like this system was like something that would work for it? Or did you want to tweak something? Because we're all tweakers.
Yeah, I mean, it would totally work. The character, and I mean, in the stories that he came from were not too crazy that they wouldn't fit into almost any other sort of RPG, like a D&D thing, kind of thing, where there's, magic and swords and horses and, that kind of crap. So melding that into kind of the framework that you had asked for that's going to be kind of the interesting thing. It's going to be the culture shock of how does this person who basically kind of easygoing doesn't really get, he doesn't get flustered at all. How is he going to find a place in this new universe?
Maybe one.
You're Daisy.
Maybe he's Leech.
I'm your Huckleberry.
So that's rad, because I was like, I think that's why I want to choose a challenging system that does whatever the heck we want to do with it, and we'll see if the rules, if they're not even rules, they're more like guidelines.
It's such an open. I mean, it's open legend, right? It's such an open. It lets you do anything, and I'm too old for imagination.
Never.
What the hell does that supposed to mean?
Do it.
Jesus. I'm too old for imagination.
No, I like rules. I like people I know.
I want to collect my pension.
I just want to like drive my Segway up and down. My electric
Those are
bicycle.
lethal.
No, I wanted to kind of start with somebody who would fit into it's something I was familiar with, and then because I wanted to really kind of focus on understanding the gaming system. So, to me, if I tried to get like really kind of super creative or crazy with, like, I'm gonna make somebody it's a living spark. He's just electricity.
Okay.
And applying that to the rules and how that thing would interact with other people, I had more questions than ideas. So I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna lose sleep trying to figure out how that's gonna work. So yeah, I went with somebody a little more kind of familiar to me and make life easier for you. I'm thinking about you, Scoot.
Don't ever think about me when you're playing this game.
Perfect.
Or ever.
Plain and simple.
We're
The
just
more-
gonna bribe you with like cookies every time so you don't murder us.
You can. I am not.
So,
I like a challenge, but I'm like more of the social challenge than I do the combat challenge, because we can set an algorithm on a piece of paper and go, okay, well, if they have this many hit points, and I was like, that's easy. The hard part is to create something that cannot be solved by hacking down somebody's head.
And honestly, the thing to me that's more important than even all of that is what do you want that person, what kind of person is that, or what kind of character is that, and how is it going to relate to the other characters? Because, I mean, I could be a floating embodied spark, but if it's a floating embodied spark that's going to defer to everybody else, that to me is the more interesting interaction. It's not the rules part. It's like, well, how does a spark do X, Y, Z? It's like, who cares? It's about the interactions. Like, well, you got somebody that's kind of bossy, and I'm going to gravitate towards that person because I just like being told what to do. And I'm really good at being told what to do and carrying it. You know, so to me, that relationship between the other characters is more important than that's going to be more interesting to me than the nuts and bolts of what this person looks like and what atoms they're made out of.
You are
Right.
Yes, I 100% agree. So, and I think that kind of development can be expressed through anything. And I think that's why it's great to go with something that you feel connected to. I think that's the biggest part, is like the inspiration should be something you're connected to. Like, this is what I'm connected to. This is what I feel like, and this is where I want to go. So that's rad, man. I've said rad 3 times tonight, and if there's a ticker somewhere, I'm cool with it, because the last 6 months I've said rad a lot.
Because it's rad.
See, and you let too much go. You divulged.
No.
Just did.
I did on Twitch. That doesn't count. That's out of game.
That's out of game.
Yeah,
but we're
man.
out of game right now. So,
Yeah.
sort of. We're not really out. We're kind of
She's
into.
meta divulged.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like that. I like being inspired. So, who wants to give me some inspiration of where their character comes from?
Rising.
Huh.
Yeah.
My character literally, I just word vomited it out. But its character is kind of near and dear to me, only more of an asshole. So I'm excited about that. I cannot play a
Excited
game.
about assholes.
Yeah. Yes. I can't play a game and not
That's wrong.
yeah. I have a hard time playing a non-troll game. It's just how I look.
It's gonna be fun.
I just always play on the upside, being funny kind of thing. So, but I'm excited with my character.
It's your wild card, like Charlie Day and always
Oh, wild card!
Flying by the seat of her pants. Completely unpredictable.
But I'm excited. My character can be compassionate, but
But what
What?
drove you to like vomit? Like what? Look at it this way. If you want to talk about vomiting it out, what did you eat that day?
Was it Kool-Aid? Was it peanuts? That was
that caused you to
It-
vomit
Was it cream
that
corn?
Happy
character?
mother.
it's
Too much
just,
vodka.
I just thought of it.
Sorry, what?
Too much vodka.
What was that?
Because I read it, and
Yeah.
and
It's
it was one of those things. I know you felt a little bit inhibited, but I was like, I don't know. And then you threw it on a piece of paper, and I was like, well, that's good. So I'm like,
it was just what my mindset was in, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's just I like the story. The world I was inspired by the Firefly world, only less Western, more medieval, I guess. Maybe I said too much, but I really like that sense, and I wanted witty, and then I just got those few key components, and then I was like, bleh, my character. So
I think that's where creating a character comes from. Though.
Yeah,
It's like
it
you
pretty
start
much-
with the little
two
spark.
few little things.
and then you end
Well,
up
that's the number one rule for writers, right? Is
Yeah.
to write, you got to read.
yeah, and you got to be inspired by something,
Yeah.
right?
I know,
So
but I guess I was just inspired by, I don't know, the wittiness and trying to create something around my play style. Because I don't play a game and be like, I'm going to be something completely different from me. I'm probably going to play myself, but with a little funkiness to it. So,
That's where I struggle too.
yeah.
Is I feel that pressure
Straight outside.
to be something that I'm not.
Oh,
and I
and-
have a really hard time doing that. And I'm just not
I
an
have
actor.
a hard time doing it, so I'm just like, I'm gonna be me.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
like Jim Carrey or Will Ferrell. It's like, why are they always in comedies?
Yeah.
Because they can't do anything else.
because they're funny. Because they're funny.
Both. Strangers in Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Eternal Sunshine.
Still
Eternal
funny.
Sunshine.
Still
Yeah.
funny
All
though.
right, shut
It's
up.
funny.
Still
It's endearing, but it's also very
Still-
heartfelt.
oh.
But not like
Sweet.
comedy
Insane.
funny, but like
No.
situational, like
Yeah.
real life funny.
It's
I don't
like,
know.
oh, that was such a good. That's
It's
such a
only
good
because
I,
it-
I gotta watch them. But yeah, so I don't know. I wish I had more to it, but it was just a small little idea, and then it was just like, oh, what about this? Oh, I can do this. Oh shit, there's this. Because we can do a lot with the world then we create the world, and then we literally are gonna have like everything open to us.
So I mean, even the small part about Firefly and medieval, I was like, there's a spark,
Yeah.
and to take that spark, and create a whole forest fire of encouragement. No, it really is. I think that's what everybody does though. Is like you find you take one little moment that's like, oh, that was a good moment, and you build on that. I was like, that's rad. So 4. We need to count those. As I said rad. I think it's 4 times.
Rad.
I like it.
I really think I
We
did.
should take it back to
Was it 5?
radical.
Yeah.
It's 5. He's got his ticket going. He's got a little counter back. Click.
It's almost Boston bodacious.
Oh, I like bodacious. Maybe I'll go there, but that's too many syllables. Might slur it. You heard my words tonight.
Any riptide fans in here? Riptide?
Like the song.
like the song.
Like
You're
that
such a
one.
youngin.
No, but that's cool.
Shut up. Don't call me old and don't call me young. I'm in that middle area. Let's
But
just
that
say
awkward
I'm
area where like
22.
I don't
Let's say
know.
I'm 20 and 21. 20.
We don't have to
0.
Gen Y.
let our ages out there. That's totally fine. We'll just let it go.
I'm just kidding.
Forgot my just for Jim.
Just for Jim.
Just for Jim.
All right, so we got. Oh well, let's just go with this. That little rule of, okay, you just gave us your inspiration.
Yeah.
He chose you. You choose who.
Oh.
I saw that coming.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to keep it even on the table. Sorry.
Sure.
Oh,
Hold
hold on. This song's getting a little repetitive.
It's Beverly Hills Cop.
Probably.
It feels like it could be Axel F, doesn't it? I mean, it really
No,
does.
it's Beverly Hills Security Guard.
It is.
Let's try this one.
It's Beverly Hills Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Beverly
There it is.
Hills.
This is also Beverly Hills Cop. That was just a different moment. This is when I like running through the city.
Okay, I got this. No, I got this.
We don't need like 70s.
Thank you,
smashes.
royalty free.
I could listen to royalty.
So if you have anybody, if there's anybody ever going to watch this video and they want to submit and give us some music to play in the background, we will play it. Yeah, Boots and Pants.
Boots and Pants.
I've heard Boots and Cats.
Yeah, I've heard
Boots
Boots and
and
Cats. Boots and Cats.
We could
It
do
would-
like
Well,
the
it's a good
Shining.
tobacco commercial. Those
I
Boots and
mean,
Pants.
Oh.
Psycho soundtrack.
Was not aware.
The
They
pig
just did,
sings Boots and Pants.
and then that's how they recorded it. And they're like,
Jeez.
we could make a whole Foley soundtrack. We could start recording right now.
No, I'm totally cool with
Let's go.
anybody who wants to pull up their
We have like an
GarageBand
option.
on their phone and write a song. We will play it.
Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as it's royalty free. We want the audio to stay on our videos.
Royalty free. Nothing from England.
Nothing.
They're chock full
Well,
of
you
it.
already made an
Chock
awesome
full of
song.
oils.
I've made like 4 or 5 songs, but I was like,
You're
we've
never
got
gonna
3
say
shows,
you're
so now
good.
it
Yeah.
took
No, no.
3 of my
Thanks
5
for choosing
songs.
me.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Uh,
gonna-
We'll get some MIDI keyboards out there and we'll start writing songs.
Do you
All right.
have some MIDI keyboards to play with?
I said get some.
Oh. I didn't really
Excitement.
Implied
Yeah,
you do not
say
have
get
it
some.
yet.
I need a fidget or something right now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't
We have a fidget spinner, and
Yeah.
we have like 4 in this house. One of them's mine.
You know
I
what?
probably have one in my
I
car.
bet there's fidgetspinner.com. I just bet there is.
Oh, yeah.
Props.
All right.
All right, so mine's
Yeah.
actually kind of a cross between inspirations. He was inspired by a character from a TV show. I don't remember that character's name, but anyone who has seen Farscape will recognize my character very
Uh-oh.
quickly.
Okay.
But I basically took this character from that show and said, but okay, how could I take this like template and just change it entirely, completely?
I want this, but erase everything.
I
about
basically
it.
used her for like the inspiration for my character's race and origin story,
There you go.
and then completely changed his life from there.
Rat.
But
6. Said rat.
Another rat,
Because
yeah.
that's rat. I'm excited.
Oh my god, I'm right. fidgetspinner.com.
confirmed.
So it's not gonna be as satisfying. You just have to feel it, and you have to like hear the whirring. You know, the little.
Yeah, it's
There's
not
an
as.
app for it.
all the
you're fine.
things, yeah.
Um,
Farscape. Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So sort of the opposite of always playing the lighthearted do whatever's on my mind. I tend to play the I take myself too seriously character.
To the dreadlock dude.
Kind of, yeah.
You have the tongue. The tongue. But you have the.
No, I'm not sure what you're referencing.
He could spit his tongue out. Don't you remember that?
I have no idea what you're talking about now. I thought I knew where you were going, but now I have no
Never mind.
idea.
Let me go watch it again.
Maybe that was something else. I don't
He had a
know.
thing. Yeah, it was it.
I believe you.
Maybe thinking of something else.
Potentially. Sounds like I might be. But yeah, I don't want to give away too much about him because he's, by his nature, he's very secretive. But I sort of took the like rogue assassin archetype and applied it to him as best I could. But yeah, as far as my inspiration, it was basically X TV character plus Y backstory.
Yeah.
That's I make up characters for fun all the time. If I've read a book, seen a TV show, played a video game, anything, I have probably inserted myself into that world somewhere. And that's basically what I did here. Is I thought, with relation to Farscape, because that's where the original inspiration came from, where would I fit in there? So, yeah. I don't have a lot that I'm willing to divulge at this moment.
I gotta say that's the one of the biggest reasons I watch Sci-Fi Channel is inspiration. And I apologize if anybody ever works for the Sci-Fi Channel, but or is into the shows, but the acting's
Fine.
subpar.
So talk about that special
Fine.
effects if we're
Sub-
gonna be.
subpar.
That's what I.
But the storylines are
have
extremely
really good
over the
storylines.
top intriguing. So when it comes to that's where I get a lot of my like, oh. So when I started thinking about new trippers, I was inspired by, of course, like Hitchhiker's Guide and Mass Effect, just being able to blast out there and we have no idea where we're going kind of thing. And then I was like, well, that just kind of pigeonholed me into, a couple things. And I'm like, because I love the storylines in sci-fi and on the Sci-Fi Channel. All the storylines, even if it's like a show I don't like, I love the story. So I feel you. I was like, even the crappiest noir
Right.
graphic novel, the art can be crap,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff, but the story, you're like, well, that actually makes some sense.
I love Farscape.
Right, story-wise,
so creative.
right? I was like, and I feel that's what I feel is I get excited. I was like, there's so many shows that I'm so glad that they renewed on Sci-Fi when
Right.
they renew them. I'm like, oh, thank God. I was like, but so I feel that. I honestly, it's not like I go, wow, that's a good idea for a show, but I was like, I feel it. So that inspired me too. So yeah, Farscape. That's something I never really. I watched a lot of stuff,
Body
but
of Black.
didn't watch all of it.
Right, well, it's like I don't even remember the character who I'm basing him on. I don't remember her name at all. Because I watched it years and years and years ago. But she was my favorite character.
That's your inspiration.
And and
That
she's
totally makes
stuck in
sense.
my head. So
Totally makes sense.
that's if you like Farscape, you'll probably know exactly who I'm based on. As soon as we start playing.
Dreadlocks and tongues. I mean, what else?
Apparently.
What else? What else can it be?
Well, I know what you were
We've
talking
got
about
we've
now.
got eyeballs, dreadlocks, tongues. We've almost got our own.
I'm gonna see it and be like,
Character
oh,
build.
Faceless.
obviously the tongue.
It's like everything except the skin, and teeth and stuff. No,
Yeah,
Skin
you
and
don't
ears.
really need skin and teeth.
no.
though.
Just eyeballs,
Who
tongue.
needs skin and teeth?
Yeah.
That's just for carbon-based.
Just
Yeah.
connected back
beings.
some here. It's like
Let's
pretty
be
horrifying.
real.
Where's my
Yeah.
X card? I'm getting uncomfortable.
Oh, I didn't do those, and that's something I want to ask. We do want to put those. We do want to figure those. If you're offended by the carbon-based and skinless people, okay.
We'll play the cookie
But
card. Cookies.
during break,
No, walkout card. It's the
I'm a
walkout
carbon
card.
vegan. I
I don't eat carbon-based
Nothing
anything.
carbon.
We're
You're-
only
everything's-
carbon based.
I'm a breatharian. I only live on the dew of the universe.
So,
Oh.
like, good at culture.
I will during our break. One of our breaks, we'll I will be putting X cards out. just so everybody knows.
Can we use them ironically?
As I said, I'm not really uncomfortable.
That
I'm
kind of
just,
takes away the point.
I saw the joke and I took it.
Here's the way the X
three of
card
them
joke will
together.
work.
Can we?
Here's the joke X card. The real card would be the real X card.
Sure.
I think we'll establish that rule because
Can
I've
we have, like,
never
an X
used
card
that.
and an O card.
I was just saying,
Like-
can we get an O
No, no,
card
no.
and then eventually we'll have tic tac toe?
You're onto something. No, I'm not.
If they
That's
align
not
right,
me
something
going.
happen in
No,
your
that's
Yeah,
going.
I- wait a minute.
You're onto something.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could have an interactive.
2 X's in there.
I'm down. So your inspiration is great because I felt.
I also have about 6 backup characters in case something does happen to this one.
Well, I don't.
When I sat down and was making this character, I was like, okay, so I could do him, or I could do her, or I could do him, or I could do him, or I could bring back him. Because one of my favorite characters in D&D imploded. And I'm looking for a reason to bring him back.
I've played D&D multiple times, and yeah, my last favorite character got summoned to hell. So I'm like, I really want him back, but I'm like, get over it, dude.
No, I was super...
But
He just needs to find Saddam Hussein down there.
go ahead.
Well, so-
'cause I have a segue. So
in
go
this campaign, Implosion's not a hard spell to resist. It's like an 11 fortitude save. Something stupid, easy, low, and I rolled a 7. And if you fail, you just, look, you're dead. Gone forever. And I was so mad that the DM put in an insta-kill, but he was so sure none of us would fail it. So, yeah.
Awkward.
Seven's
Yeah.
like pretty high probability. It's not like a 3, right?
But if you
I
fail,
don't
you
know.
implode. I mean, it's just,
Right, that's the thing is...
that's the rules.
yeah.
Oh,
But
you were trying to do something.
The
but it
DC
failed.
was... Well,
Got
it was the spell implode.
Oh, okay, I
And
understand.
the DC to resist it was 11, and I failed it hard. So yeah, I was the only one in the group to die that entire campaign. Not once, but twice.
Imploding is a good way to go because
Yeah,
left
it's super fun.
As long as you get implode slowly.
Dying is so nice. You had
God,
Here,
it was
You get thumbs
But I kept
up.
saying I like the class so much. I'm just
You know,
thinking
And
to
you
do
get like
the
a
same
goodbye,
character
like
basically.
wave.
As long as you get a goodbye wave or a thumbs up as you go into the
But then
lava,
your eyes are like.
you know,
Pretty
something.
gross. What's with me and
Something.
the gross tongue eye?
You need a bunch of eyes, man.
Tongue-eyed
You should just be a
dreadlocks.
bunch of eyeball
Eye obsession.
characters.
I have so
Just
many.
pile of eyes.
With this game, it's so difficult to like rein in all the dumb ideas.
Oh,
Like I
no,
originally
no, no.
had like a
We're
pretty
talking
normal.
about the same guy.
Part of me,
Not
I
me.
No,
wanted
but
to
it's
be
the-
a wedge
the-
of cheese from
Yeah,
a cheese
yeah,
plant.
okay.
Dude,
I
that sounds
almost,
amazing.
I
And to be
almost
a
did
fart
that.
like in Rick and Morty, remember but that's that would have been plagiarism. Like that's what really got
But that's
me.
That's
great.
like how
Yeah, I
Game of
almost did
Thrones.
that. And then
Okay,
I would have
yes,
just
see,
made a
that's-
bunch of cheese puns the whole time.
And then I would have
Yes.
eaten you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, no,
down
we
with
were on
it.
the same page.
No,
I just didn't
not
agree.
I'm like,
And
no,
then
I'm
I
totally
would
cool
have
with
come
it.
from like a
Wasn't that
bread
often?
planet,
Right, but
and
once
I
in
was
a
just
while
like
you
that again.
kinda pass out.
Right. I do remember it now.
I think it'd be hilarious. You're giving me ideas. So I'm
Just have a
listening to all
whole
these
cheese
things going,
campaign where we just play pieces of food.
I love those ideas. No, I think it's
Be like a ball of yarn.
on that level.
That's really what I want.
The yarn people of Nylar 4.
Yeah, you know the video game where it's like a ball of yarn guy and then you can like play. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I forget what his name
I
is.
have no idea.
Uncoil. No, it's called. It's really good.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Unwrapped? Or,
Unwrapped.
Is it unwrapped?
Unravel.
Unravel?
Oh,
I know that because you
It's
can
really
actually
beautiful
throw
art.
yarn and,
Mhm.
and climb it, and then
And
yeah.
it's yourself, like you are the yarn.
Yep.
guy.
But then they
like a
kind
yarn.
of plagiarized that with Yoshi's Epic Yarn and
That's- I know that one.
or
Kirby.
Kirby's
Yeah.
Epic Yarn, and then it's the
Well, there's a
Yoshi
little big
There
roll.
is
yarn
nothing-
something.
Yeah.
That
Um,
is
So, but
yarn.
on that level of, in case your character implodes,
Sure.
this might be that's a good segue for me to go into on camera what I've discussed with all of us as a group. Because Open Legend is such a new system, and we're all learning it as we're gonna start playing it. I've given everybody kind of the opportunity to take your attribute points in between this session and next session and move 10 of those points around. Remember those buying points. So you can move those around for the next 4 sessions going, you'll be able to do it 4 times. So if your character is just like, man, that's not really what I wanted to do, you can move 10 of those points around. So you can move some of your attributes in a way. I also let you guys do the feats that way too. and I was really generous with the feats.
Yeah.
I'm letting you per session, in between per session. I don't want to say per session, but in between each session for 4 in betweens. Gosh, I wish that made sense. But session, in between, session, in between, session. But the in betweens, for 4 in betweens, you can move 3 feat points, which is a huge deal. Okay? And that's because of exactly what we're talking about here is your inspiration. You're trying to create a character that you were inspired by, right? So let's say you built your character and you put all the numbers in and then go, well, that's not my Farscape character. That's not my cheese character. That's not my dreadlock, skinless, eyeball, tongue shooting character. That's not the one I was thinking about. So-
Can that be a boss fight? It's just like an amalgam of everything we talked about
It's
tonight.
like, "Bleh."
believe me,
It just looks like
this
a
is
big
all
blobfish.
recorded.
It just sits there.
Begging us to end it.
I think it's freaking
Everything you do
phenomenal.
is just
Please kill me.
I think it's phenomenal. So, thank God this is recorded because I can watch it back and take notes. But that is why, is because if you feel like the stats or whatever doesn't reflect your character the way you felt you wanted them to, you have that ability over the next few sessions, 4 sessions, 4 in between sessions.
So by the time our 5th session starts,
Jesus.
we're like locked in. Like that's the point
you
where
should
we can't
be.
keep moving.
And
around.
it, well, I don't want to say can't.
Sure.
Okay, because I would never say. I don't like saying no. That's not the way I like running games at all. I don't. Saying no, I feel inhibits a game. Saying let's discuss it and find out where we can go from there. That makes sense because in any RPG, I really like concentrating on it's a game.
Right.
We're not competing against anybody. It's a game. So that's why, if it makes any sense, maybe I'll put a flow chart out on somewhere so you guys can see it. But that's why I'm I love flow charts like no other.
Would you say that they're rad?
Is 6 my limit, Brendan? Is 6? I mean, do I have a
There's no
cap?
limit.
I mean, I know you got my ticker at 6. Where's my limit?
There, it could be
There's no
bodacious.
limit.
Bodacious. You got,
That's 3 syllables, and I'm
Could it be
getting a little
groovy?
lost.
but you gotta. It could be swell.
Oh, I do like that
Be
one.
We can go
Superb.
back to
You only
the
get 2
50s.
swells. You only get 2 swells.
That's
Oh, darling, that's
Keen.
just swell.
Yeah.
Golly.
Gee,
Golly
willikers.
Oh, jeez.
You're a cool cat. That's swell. Is that like Dobie Gillis area?
Yeah.
Why do I know that?
Wow.
Impressive. Love you. What's his name? Bob Denver. Love that guy.
Little buddy.
You went a little farther in the future, but that's cool. What the hell were we? Okay, rad, backwards,
Oh.
inspiration, moving your points. I'm totally open to whatever. Okay, I am open to whatever. Creating banes, creating boons. Open to recreating your character in small ways after we hit those 4 in between sessions. I'm cool with tweaking some stuff. Okay, because I don't think that's going to take anything away from your character or other people's characters. I don't think it's like, oh, you did this for this person. There's no cheating in this game, for God's sakes. That's what I don't want to put that out there and say you can't cheat at this game. If you have a concern, you just freaking call me, text me, Discord me up. I'm pushing that because it means a lot to me. So next, yeah, it's like next. Who's next from you?
I mean, I feel like we haven't heard anything from Brandon.
Well,
But I also really
except
want
for
to know
how
about
many
this
rads.
eyeball
Oh, yeah.
Which
Not an eyeball.
We have very
I was making
Say
fun
that
of
again.
eyeball tongue lady.
yes, I like it.
inspiration. We need to do that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Brandon.
Brandon.
No.
I wanna
Because we're doing the
Okay.
star pattern here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt that too. I felt that.
Yeah, we're
Keep
going-
pattern. It's
But that means I have
Make
to
sure the
end.
wheels
That's so
fun
much
tight.
I mean,
pressure.
technically,
We're
I might
almost
Plus, I
making it
prepared
strong.
like a whole
So I can choose
statement
Yeah.
for mine.
True.
No,
So
no
I thought we
pressure.
were telling total backstories.
Yeah,
My bad.
no pressure at all, Swiss
I'm not
Swiss
actually
knee, Sarah.
sure.
But it needs to be.
Well, but this, the eyeball tongue
Close the
does
live
actually
stream.
will be.
So, Brandon, tell me, my man.
So the inspiration. So it was like 2 days before we'd met up on the Thursday. So I was like, oh god, gotta think of one fast. And I was just okay.
Shit.
Now we've been there.
Scooter's texting me again. Damn it.
Nothing screams quality.
That's sometimes your best work is when pressure is.
Totally, I agree.
And I was just like, okay, first thing that comes to mind. And I was just like, okay, so character that it's basically a character, any character with amnesia, just can't remember anything.
That's awesome.
So
So Dory.
yeah,
Yeah.
no recollection of the
Diego.
past at all.
But less fish.
Yeah, less
Okay,
fish,
less
more space.
fish, yeah. Space.
A fish could survive in space with proper technology, like you just have it. Anyway,
Have them in a
continue.
fishbowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want a fish with like a
Technology does
fishbowl,
make-
like astronaut helmet.
Yeah. Like, wasn't that in a movie already? Chicken Little. All right, I'm so sorry, you guys.
Siblings. I don't even know. Holy crap. I can't. Did you see that I set you on opposite ends of the table?
All right, please continue, guys.
So I was just like, okay, so that was just basically it. There was no like real inspiration. I was just like, okay, first thing that comes to mind. It was
So they have amnesia or
No,
like
it's-
no memory?
it's no
Like,
memory of the
they have
past.
short-term memory issue.
No, it's just
Because
it's
of
not like
circumstance.
any issue at all. It's just they don't remember their past. They don't have any like amnesia or any like short-term memory. They just don't remember what happened before. Like
So it's like there's one event in their life and they don't remember anything before that?
Yeah.
Got it. Interesting.
Because of circumstance.
It's like when
Yeah.
a printer says load letter.
So PTSD.
Kind of.
Blocking. Blocking.
All right. Because I feel like you're. I mean, because I've read it and some of the stuff behind there like came from somewhere.
it's
No, it's-
just there's just a lot of stories about people that just don't remember anything and they have to like try to figure out a way to figure it all out again.
And
Classic
the-
mystery story.
Yeah.
But now, is there backstory that exists that
No.
we just don't know? Or
So are you like keeping it in Scooter's hands that he gets to decide what's
Yeah.
happened?
Because you don't remember.
That-
Yeah, I
that
don't
could be
remember.
That's
terrifying.
even better.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Now the question is, do you trust Scooter?
No.
Backstory?
Even
Who the hell?
better.
7 people trust me.
Right.
In the world.
I love it.
7.
Checks out.
7.
7 of those people are the ones
Yeah.
that know how to disable it.
Yeah.
I think it's red because it's
It's the red one.
8.
7, 8.
That was 9.
That,
Because you said
No, that was
rad
I'm
as an
keeping
example
track.
one time.
well, because I asked him
Okay,
before,
so
so I
it's
said
Oh,
it.
I
And
thought
then that was the
7.
the most recent one.
I think it was said in his under the breath.
I don't know. I think we're at 8.
Okay.
All right. We'll see what happens. I really do
Yeah,
enjoy
because you just skipped 7 to 9.
No, there's an 8 in there.
No.
Is this going on in the chat? I don't even because I'm not even looking at any of the chat. I'm looking at the
Oh,
music and
I'm
actually
asking.
I'm asking and listening, pretty actively listening. I enjoy that and I think that's where I express to all you guys. The more backstory, the more you create the world. If you feel, because there's hundreds of different types of players in RPGs. Some people really want to be told a story and have their part in the story. That's the way it should be, if that's the way you want to play. Other people want to create their own story and have that be a part of it. And then there's everywhere in between. So that's why I wanted it open. That's why I kept telling you guys, like, just come up with whatever you want. and just go for it. And I think that's amazing. I love the fact that you feel you're going to write me a novel, Jeff.
I wrote a
And
By the end of this, you will
and
have a
I
novel.
love the fact that you're like, just do it. And I'm like, I love both.
Right.
Because to me, I get to be part of the story now too. I get to be part of the game. I get to actually play. That makes sense. I get
like
to
a
learn.
player by proxy.
Yeah. Because I get to learn more about him as he feeds me more information.
Yeah.
And then I get to write as he lets me make up his history. So I think both ends of the spectrums, then we have people who kind of fit in like, I want to write a little bit, but I don't want to know too much.
Right.
That intrigues me more than anything. So
Yeah.
I love that. So inspiration out of,
Oh, that.
oh my God, I need to get this paper done.
It's probably a little bit.
That's my life. I mean, believe me, I wouldn't have passed statistics if it wasn't for my wife.
Statistically, you wouldn't have passed.
Statistically,
Yeah.
I would have never. The group of 7 people that they took the stats from. If I wouldn't have studied those 7 people, no, seriously, there are certain people that just like the night before or the day of that I need to get something done. Sometimes I do my best work. Sometimes it's shit. But other days it's great.
I mean, there's a reason you were texting me on Sunday saying, "Hey, am I gonna get your character?"
Well, I was like, I really like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did because I was like, I like being rushed, but not super
Right.
rushed.
Right.
Because I'm like, Sunday or Monday, I'm like sitting there like, I got a show to produce on Tuesday.
Right.
Wednesday, I'm not here. I was like, I only have like Monday to put this crap together. So I was typing a lot today, which is perfectly fine. Well, not really, because my wife goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I think so." It's like, "You're gonna need
No
a
one
shot and a
can
beer
tell
before
for
the show."
sure.
I was like, "Yes, I am." But I enjoy that kind of stuff. I enjoy pressure. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. So I enjoy both ends of the spectrum here. And then we have one more person that wants to tell us their inspiration. It needs to be epic.
You need to put all 4 of us.
But there's no pressure. No
I can
scanning.
show you guys my.
Eyeballs.
This isn't my character. This is the character we all came up with.
Oh,
Throughout
there
the
it is.
eyeball
It's
tongue
amazing.
Yeah, the eyeball tongue.
monster.
And don't mind my like.
how's that? Can you see it? Does it look good?
The
That looks
red
fantastic.
eyeball.
It's very like Zelda-esque.
Wait, are her eyes like coming outward?
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's
that one
so
hole
gross.
that I don't really.
However you want to
So,
interpret it, that's how
I'm
it
guessing
is.
she
Well,
licks
I-
her eyeballs a
It
lot
could be
to
upside
keep them
down, could be
moist.
Yeah,
sideways.
she's gonna keep them moist,
Who knows?
otherwise
So
you
it's a
get
lot of licking the
dehydrated.
eyeballs to keep them wet, right?
Yeah.
She has no eyelids.
There's probably like a lot of salivation happening.
It's like a very
This is not
placid,
my
like
character. Is it my
windshield
turn?
Can
wiper.
it be
Just
your
went,
character?
It should, right? No, my character's dumber and weirder. Not weirder, cooler. All this adds.
Is that the same? That's the
Like,
same
character
thing.
is
That's
bigger than
synonymous
that.
with each other.
I'm scared.
My character is definitely. Is it my turn?
Okay, so Paul,
Yes.
go.
Did you?
your turn.
Do
Okay,
whatever,
so
yeah.
but we're not divulging what our character is. Really, just our inspiration. of the
It's
character.
totally up to you, but I feel like
I'll give you
inspiration.
my inspiration image was actually from it. So okay, so my inspiration was like for the story. Like I was really going for like a Matilda kind of, little girl, fragile, like kind of weak, but like with super awesome powers and like 100% pure-hearted and good. So, but then I saw a really rad, shit! God damn it, I just said rad. That counts.
And it's
Hold
on
on,
full
hold on.
circle.
I saw a really amazing Bjork music video, if you guys have seen it in the last couple of weeks or whatever. It was one she just released, and I saw like the making, because I do videos, it's what I do for a living, so I love to like dissect and like look at, see how people do it. And so I saw like this really amazing like deconstruction of one of the 3D renders of the face that she had done in it. It was really cool, and it was just these tendrils coming off this like it looked like this spider webby form with like tendrils like spiraling out, and that kind of originally I was gonna make sort of a humanoid character, then I was like maybe I'll make more of like an energy character. And it's actually funny because what you're describing is really similar to kind of who my character is, but what I really loved about that image was just like the fragility and like innocence of it, but also like the potential power. So, and then I don't want to go into nobody else read her whole thing and did the whole story, so I'm not going to read anything. But I will.
But you
I read 'em.
should, yeah, you should, because you'll
Yeah.
be the only one, like...
It's like that character
Go for
in the Lego movie, the cat, who's like all
Yeah.
super happy until.
I love it. No, she's like Unikitty. Unikitty.
Yes, yes.
So good. Yeah, no, my character's not like
She's all trying to be happy.
like
And finally,
yeah.
all right, enough.
My character is 100% good and only would ever hurt anybody in self-defense or to vigorously defend someone else who's in peril or something like that. But her main
Firestarter.
inspiration.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought of
exactly.
was
Yeah,
Firestarter.
Firestarter.
When I read
Little
yours, I was
kid,
like, I
she's an
feel like
innocent,
that's
she's-
her passion.
She's got her own stuff that she's like has personal reasons to be driving toward because of her backstory, which I don't know if we're getting into or whatever. But yeah, so her like she's gonna help people vigorously if she can, but she would never like hurt anybody or anything. And she's like her main desires are knowledge because she's also super mentally
Our
capable and
characters
shit.
will be very good friends.
Kind
Yes.
of brainy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of brainy. No, she doesn't want world peace. She just wants to. Well, she's a little kid, man. Remember when you were 10? This is my character. Like you were saying.
I do.
Yeah, it was good. When we were 10, it was better times.
It was good. I was watching Good Times.
I was blushing. That's pretty creepy. But like building a character you know, like I was just imagining like what I felt like when I was little and like the feelings of like, and then like the loneliness with her particular backstory I thought was kind of cool and it could be kind of powerful too. I don't know.
I think it
But
was.
she's also very well read. And her name is Trillian because she found this really awesome book in the library about space travel and towels,
I like it. I like it a
which
lot.
is inspired
That's
by
awesome.
In the library.
library. No, she knows how to read. She's
The library. It's an asshole Barry who just hates everyone and tells
liar.
Library.
Damn you, library.
library.
Sufficient.
All right, Barry,
Does that
get
get
down on the
along?
ground.
No,
And
it's
then I
a,
can draw black.
Library.
time
it's
for-
about inspiration, and it's about divulging whatever you feel like you would want to. So yeah, wherever you want to cut off is perfect because that's your thing. No, I'm inspired by everything that you guys have put into this because I'm excited about it. I'm excited to maybe get into some storyline and at least get started a little bit to kind of start to get you guys to at least interact with each other, all these inspirations, all these characters. So this would be a good moment because I know I could use the restroom. We could
Everyone
all use.
at once.
We could all use. Like,
Yeah.
That's all hold
Love
hands.
this place.
I do not know the chords for Kumbaya. Does anybody?
I do not.
Okay,
I
because
don't.
we can do it all
Can we
together.
Also,
make it
nobody wants me
agnostic,
singing.
So,
On
that note,
What other things rhyme with trippers?
flipper,
Flipper.
I've
skipper.
got flipper, I've got skipper,
Nippers.
sticker, hipper.
Nipper.
Nipper. Very good.
Dipper.
Yeah.
Clipper.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Pipper.
Stripper.
Hipper. Stripper.
Hey.
That's where Brandon's from.
Are you sure that was only water?
All right, I'm so sorry.
Spicy.
I was detouring. That was my number 3.
You just say spicy.
I'm
lemon.
sure I did.
That's
detour
spicy
for it.
water.
No, that's phenomenal. I think it's great
The
and
spicy lemon.
spicy meatball. So yeah, we'll re-up our snacks and drinks. I think is what we'll do because I think.
Bring up. I've been snacking.
Well, I haven't.
I
Been,
don't know if you
okay.
guys saw it. She produced Hawaiian rolls for the two of us.
I'm gonna do what
She
you
just
did.
has
I need like that little claw
A
thing.
strap, like,
I was
Yeah.
Maybe you can get one and just feed it.
Because
Yeah.
I'm usually
Just toss
kind
it.
of okay. Like,
I have 10 Hawaiian rolls in a roll and peanut butter.
Yes.
Do you want the other Hawaiian one? Someone else
We've
want
deemed
I've
this
had a
will be the
sandwich.
fatty corner.
I have
Like,
a bad sandwich.
Go for it. I meant to eat it with my
I'm gonna have to
pulled
move
pork.
my
Guess
spot
what I
to
did?
over there.
It's not that. So.
We didn't bring any snacks for you.
Want pulled pork?
I know.
No, I
Look
ate that
at
all.
chips
Sorry.
and salsa.
No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
And you
I don't
brought
need
cookies.
And this is just Twitch channel of us eating now.
Yeah.
Yes, I think this is.
ooh,
Well,
you like those?
Disgusting food.
What are they? Is it Thailand where they do the videos that the girls make like $9,000 a month just eating for 3
Oh, I
hours?
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or when
Like,
they
dream
just
job.
have like
Yeah.
their feet in the camera just sitting there,
Yeah.
and you're like, sweet Sweet, $100.
They're
Good
like
God.
used undies in like
Subscribe.
vending machines.
It's just, oh
That's-
my gosh.
That's a thing.
That's yeah.
There's a
That's-
market.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's ridiculous and I'm gross.
It's just
I feel
like
like
3
the-
hours of just
the temperature
eating the whole
and then
It's
time.
outside of
And
my
they make
niche.
more than I will ever.
It's just not
probably.
like my.
Seriously, I
Appeal.
was like,
Yeah, just
if I got paid to
Thousands of
eat, do
dollars
you know
per
how much
video.
money I can make?
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and take a little break, maybe 10 minutes or something like that. Re-up on some stuff, refresh. See if there's a different song out there. But I went through 5 of them. Who knows? So what we'll do is we'll be back in a little bit. New trippers, we might get in some little bit of role playing and some establishing some characters, so you guys can figure out what's going on. So we'll see you in a little bit. This just in, we have a sighting of an eyeball, faceless, tongue creature. Eyeball looking. Licks his. Sorry, we're back. Yes, welcome. Time to tabletop. We're back. We're gonna do some new trippers. We're gonna maybe play some stuff. Oh, I better flip that over because in case you read it, those are secret.
I said it's not
I just
that
read
great.
everything.
Secret papers. So, you got that banjo goth song done yet?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It's really minimal and almost silent.
Minimal
so
bit.
Silence. So 44 seconds of silence. It's like
Just one
everybody's ready.
twang.
Can
okay,
play.
just making sure. Next up. Real quick,
WTF.com.
but not too quick, because we are using one of our sponsors' boards, and not necessarily their music, but Ambient Realms puts a lot of effort into what we do right here with equipment and their ambient music and that kind of stuff. They also support Huntington's Disease Society of America, Autism Speaks. They've raised a lot of money for those causes, so please check them out. Arknight, we do still have some giveaways. I think we're still 9 followers away. Do you even know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I haven't been checking. But once we hit 100, let's just look at it that way. We'll be giving away 2 packages, and that's how I say 2 because 2 rocks. We'll give away 2 packages, a silver and a gold package of downloadable digital content from Arknight. Tokens, minis that you can download, maps, tons of stuff you can use on Roll20 if you're playing online games, any RPG stuff. They got tons of it. So we're going to give that away for free. We already gave away 2 packages before, so this will be our 3rd and 4th and 5th, something like that. So if, without further ado, what we'll do is we're going to get into a little bit of gameplay so that people can at least establish their characters, because we're on session 0.5. We may have crossed over the / to session 1. We will see. But yeah, I think what we'll do here, soundboard stuff. Oh yeah, this might be good. Let's do this. Do you hear that noise? That's ambient realms, by the way.
Sounds ambient.
Yes.
Very reality.
It's pretty good.
So,
That sounds like my character's like home cave.
You live in a cave?
I live in a cave. Of course, I live in a cave.
Of course.
so
Where else would you live?
Right.
what you see is darkness, sharp cliff sides of the planet Shgref and the Briu system. There's no knowledge of this system or other creatures. besides basically the ones that are on this planet. And you, I'll call you Trillian, you hear climbing up these cliffs as you're wandering around in the nighttime, trying to kind of escape civilization that you know of, that hasn't accepted you. You hear climbing up the cliffs below you, very loudly, making a lot of noise. Oh, gee. Climbing up something, and it's not trying to be quiet in any aspect. What would you like to do?
I'd like to very quietly and slinking in the shadows. I'm gonna try to get a closer look to see if I can. First of all, see if it needs help or something like that, or if it's somebody who's in trouble.
Or if you need to kill it.
No.
It's moving. Kill it.
Kill it. It's just
Give
a
it.
puppy.
That's different! Kill it!
Yeah, so I'm gonna find like the shadowiest path, and I'm gonna with the lightest footwork. I'm just gonna try to sneak on up and see if I can get a closer look.
New friends.
Yeah, I really need a friend. Like maybe it'll be a friend. Maybe it'll be nice.
And you do see it. It's a very small, stout, like gray creature. Has really long arms. And it's climbing and still having a tough time in these strange cliffs of that planet. And it has like little stumpy legs, but long arms, and just like pulling up and it's like it sees you and it's like and starts to slide down a little bit. And it's like and it's making squeaking noises. It's like it's like it's trying to say something to you, but hasn't. You don't quite understand the dialect, so it keeps trying. It's trying to go as fast as it can.
And I've never seen anything like this on this planet before.
No.
Okay. And it's a cliffside, and I'm on the top.
Yeah. Kind of like you're doing your hide between things and
So I think I'm gonna extend one of my, slinked arms into a rope and try to help him up and see if maybe that'll help him. Yeah. Maybe.
And you can see, and as you see the little metallic fiber, you extend like metallic fiber through your arms, and everything comes down there. It's like, and every time it's like tries to speak with its hands, it slips a little bit further because it knows you can't understand it. So it slips and grabs it and starts pulling it up and up and up. And it gets to your height, and it sees it's very small. It's very small. Probably 3 feet off the ground.
So cute.
But a very strange looking. Makes a lot of squeaks. It's like.
I shall call him Puppy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
I shall call you Squishy.
I shall call you Squishy, and
Yes,
you're
you will
my
be my
Squishy.
Squishy.
But yeah, right now it's
Okay.
on the outside of the cliff. Holding on, not for dear life, but just holding on enough to where it can like see you in the face.
And can I give him a little extra?
Absolutely.
hand up? Okay, that's what I will be doing.
And he stands next to you. It like wipes like serious sweat off of its little brow. And gets in its little satchel and takes out this little capsule and crushes it up and goes.
What the fuck? Dead.
And then
Way to hell.
in a language you can understand,
Oh, okay.
says, "Those cliffs are really tall." Puts back into its satchel and pulls out. He goes, "There's 2 like little vials of pink, like liquid. You're gonna need these. Drink those.
No. What are those?
You're gonna need them." Goes back in the satchel and brings out 2, exactly like the ones that you shows you, and goes, "You're gonna need them," and slams one back.
Well, I'm not really that tired. I can save these for later.
Now where we're going.
Where are we going?
little buddy?
Well,
Pepto.
we don't have a lot of time. If time really means anything, time really is irrelevant. It's only moments we live by. But you're really gonna need.
I'm petting him.
You're not. No, seriously, we need to go. We need to go. Please drink those. Grabs his other one. You're gonna need that.
You can understand that, I'm a little suspicious of these things. Like,
That's
where are we going? You have to tell me a
Whatever
little bit.
Whatever comes by next, we're getting on it. We're getting on it.
I'm gonna just look at this dark, cold planet that I hate so much, and I'm just gonna turn around and chug both of them. Yeah, okay.
Double fisting.
Double fist. And then wordlessly nod and then
a good
keep
child.
petting him and then just looking up.
And every time you
Party.
pet this creature, it even slouches even slower.
Yeah. Did I find a spot behind his ear maybe? That's what I'm going for? Yeah, okay.
You should stop, because we have things we need. Stop. We have things we need to do.
We're
You
married
told me to
now.
stop, I'll stop.
So are they gone? Did you drink them? You drank them?
Yeah.
Puts the empty vials in there. He goes,
Dead?
so, Paya, right? You call yourself Trillion these days, right?
Right.
Okay.
How do you know? Do you know anything else about where I'm from? Or? I mean, how did you know my name?
I know the system. Hold on. Pulls out a clear piece of plastic, but you can see that glyphs and certain types of language starts to come up on it. Trillion, can I see your true form? This is not working.
So I reluctantly shrink back all the material into myself, and I reveal myself as just a shining, glowing ball of energy.
And
So
his,
that's what I look like.
the creature's look of tired and timid, more of an excited. Okay. And holds it up, and you see this blue, straight linear scan go, and you hear in a language, you can hear it sound more of a, but in your head you can hear, confirmed. Okay, good. And pulls out this cylinder stone and and it starts to spark. You see the sparks fly from it. Okay, we're ready to get. And it stops. It's pulls out a little puts it in the bottom, shakes it on here. Oh! Here we go. And everything fades out very quickly. You see nothing now. Shake weight.
It's the shaking.
You feel a serene feel though.
Definitely did.
You feel like you're
Wicked
you're
gross.
asleep in a sense, or some sort of depth of space. You see small sparks start to shine from every corner. Just little. Ooh, I think I have that.
Sound effects. I was excited.
Small sparks from every little corner. And as things they start to arc into each other. And as those sparks kind of, these orbs start to show up. Blue, purple, green, some of them very large, some of them very small. Something that you haven't seen a lot of, but you know are out there. You haven't seen them in a long time. Over half your life. And a familiar voice that you don't know who it is, but it's soothing. It's very soothing. And it's a very small, like, I want to say feminine voice, but gender is not probably something that's part of that. But you hear it more in your mind than you hear audible. My young angel of light. Stay true to who you're meant to be. Create, become, endure, and ultimately survive. And that's when everything, all the electricity kind of fades out and dissipates in the back, and those orbs kind of push back. And you see rising like a group of probably at least a dozen, more than, and then more behind them, of very dark, like two-legged creatures with even darker purpley, so dark it's like not even black, not even existent cloaks around them, walking on two legs towards you. Next we pan out.
That was like intense, real
And
fast.
scene.
We pan out to a different scene. There's a small planet on the outskirts of a very uncharted system. You can see it very far away. If you outside a game, it's like you see like a Earth-type planet. A lot of blue, a lot of green in the back. And as you start to zoom in a little bit closer, you see a very large continent, like the largest one in there. There's only like little smaller ones around it, but a huge continent in the middle of this planet. And you zoom in closer, you see a very large stone-built city with a very large city district. A lot of stone structures. It's been there a long time. At the center of this district, you see a tower inside of it. It's much grander than anything else in that district. And as you see that, you turn away and you go off for about 15 miles. And there's a small outskirted village with a very small moonlit street. You are on a familiar task. Clouded on whether you are doing it for duty, honor, personal gain, or just the pure enjoyment of it. A small creature, short, thinner than you've ever seen before. Has some strange grayish skin. Walks right up to you while you're hiding in the kind of outskirts, like you're working. Busy? Time for a couple of beers? I'm buying.
So I'm feeling a little surprised that he even noticed I was there. Looking around. Do I see anybody else paying
No.
any attention?
No. You are great at your job. Nobody has noticed you. Nobody.
Who's blind?
And Pech.
Peck?
And Pech. It's okay.
Lead on it, Peck.
And he slides open his cloak slowly. It's a small cloak. His face is totally uncovered, bald, short, kind of a lightish gray skin. Quite, even for that creature, extremely old. Okay. Even though you have no idea, you've never seen this creature before. You're used to the creatures of your planet, and you have no idea where this comes from. He pulls him out of his satchel and finds like the nearest part. You know, you're hidden behind kind of a house, a small cottage, and they have like the outside little flower bed where they kind of grow their fruits and that kind of stuff in those small villages. He sets them, and there are two on there, and they're the little clamp part that pops off. And sets them on the ledge. No worries. I'm gonna need some too.
What are you?
Oh, I'm one of the Pechs.
And where are you from? I have never seen any of your kind.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been to this territory. You probably haven't seen me. Or any of our kind. You're off the charts. Off all of the charts. It's time to go, though. And you're gonna need those. And he takes his, starts to guzzle. It's much darker than I remember around here.
And where are you going?
Taking the next ride out.
Out to where?
Anywhere but here, because you don't want to be here in the next 15 minutes. And he starts drinking his other one. He's not drinking them very fast. I say it is not drinking them very fast. Drinking them quite slowly, and you can tell not because he doesn't want to. He's just very old for his whatever he is. Frail, small.
I'll pop the cap off one of them and smell it. What do I smell?
You smell the finest beer or ale you've ever smelled in your area.
Well, I'll take just like the smallest of sips. Just enough to like kind of wet the tongue and I can get a taste of it. But I'll wait a minute.
As your character, what kind of ale do you like? Just as out of character, what kind of ale do you like?
Dark, flavorful.
It's all those things. It's like your grandfather that's known you since you were 3 years old and knew exactly every little thing that you love in life, has created the perfect beer for you to taste.
I'm kind of like studying his reaction after having drunk it, and I'll ask him, "Where is this from?"
Oh, it's from here.
From here. Really?
Oh, it's from here.
What district? Because I've sampled pretty much every beverage that can be sampled.
But you haven't sampled this, have you?
I have that.
Kragar? We know what you're up to.
We. And we know my name.
I've been. Why do you think I'm here?
I don't know why you're here. I've been asking.
I'm here to find you. You call yourself Kragar of House Jarek, correct?
I don't answer.
Understand. It's hard to find people in uncharted systems. You've searched a long time. Now we've got 12 minutes.
What happens in 12 minutes?
If you don't go with me, you don't survive. The drink is for the trip. You're gonna need it.
So why are you talking to me instead of anyone else?
Oh, we are talking to others. You're one part of this. We have a lot to do. But you're one of the components that we need. Somebody who's brave, somebody who's willing to take that chance. Somebody who's willing to play by his own rules.
Rules are good, though.
If they're your own.
If they're the same rules.
Isn't that what we do?
All right. I'll drink it.
He's trying to finish his first one. And he ends up finishing the second one. Okay. Feel pretty good?
I feel fine.
Pulls in his satchel, he pulls out it's like a clay seal. That has like an etch on it that you don't see. It's like an emblem of some sort. Kragar, House of Jarek, correct?
Yes.
Snaps the seal. And again, you hear, well, not again, but you hear like a deep whirring sound, like a, but in your mind you hear, confirmed. Puts that seal back into his pocket. Finish your beers, Kragar. We're down to like 7 minutes now. So he takes a vial, pulls a vial of silver liquid, and puts a circle around both you and him. The beers are good for your health. Trust me on this. It's a long trip.
I know a little bit about witchcraft, and this does not look like
Witchcraft.
anything I'm familiar with.
I can understand. This is pure science.
Science.
Yes. And as he's talking while he's moving the circle around, and the circle, as it fits, you see it kind of light up with a small glow, and a few sparks showed up from it, only a couple inches off the ground though. And he goes, oh, departure.
Why are you flipping me off?
Everything goes black. Everything. It just
good
slowly
lesson.
goes black. You bite your thumb at me? And everything fades out very quickly into a black, slumber. What you hear around you is the sounds of swords, a lot of battle going on.
Can I move?
You're in the fight.
Okay.
You're in the fight. You stand tall and proud. You're amongst all the best warriors you've ever seen. They're all with you. And one by one, you see one fall, two fall, 3, 5, 10, 20. They all start to fall. And as they fall, they turn into like this darkness. You don't see bloody messes and you get struck across and they fall to the ground. It's pure darkness to where they fall to. A strong yet very confident, almost not authoritative, but something that you respect, a respectful voice comes out. Your strength is not in many numbers. It is in but only a few. Darkness will soon prevail, and out of it, you need to become their light. Your heart begins to beat slower, 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 yet harder and louder. Instead of the because you're kind of like, what is going on? But it starts to slow down. You find yourself now grasping your chest, and you look down, and underneath your hands here, between your fingers, you can see a very faint but prominent white glowing light. We pan out. Alright, I don't know how to stop this music. Alright.
Shit got real bad.
Roll the best.
Hopefully that was intense. Got me going. An evening meal in your quarters. Well within the city walls and well within the beep temple.
Bleep it, temple.
Had to bleep it. He does.
Nice word.
Mixing in a few new types of plants and concoctions to satisfy your palate. You think you're alone. You feel like you're alone. It's like this is it's not something you do all the time, eat in your quarters, but you're like, I'd like to try something new tonight.
Right.
So you're gonna eat by yourself. So you're having a mix of some things. And sitting on your bed, you're sitting at your small little dining little area and just nomming a little bit. You hear, and from the side, hey, you got snacks.
I immediately turned, snapped full attention at this person.
You got snacks. Snacks. I mean, they're good. You see him.
Not snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
You probably don't want to eat these.
Snacks?
Not snacks.
I've been looking for you, man. It's a long ways to get here. And I need some snacks, man.
How did you get into my quarters?
How'd you get in your quarters?
How did you get into my quarters without me noticing you? Is the more important question.
Oh, well, traveling. We travel a lot. Us Pechs travel a lot. It's what we do.
Pechs, I'm not familiar.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I understand. Pulls out. Puts a case down here. Pulls out 2 buckets. 2 buckets. Boom, boom. If you give me some of those snacks, you can wash some of them down with yours down with these. Delicious. Delicious. And what you're looking at is like a very short gray creature, very like portly, unkept. It looks like he tried to shave at one time.
Right.
So it's really uneven. Yeah. Hair, kind of like a doll's hair. Like,
Right.
I got some for me too, so when I can wash down the snacks. He said some next to him.
Can I identify what's in them? Have I ever seen anything like what's in these buckets before?
Similar.
Okay.
It's like a thicker drink
Okay.
of, like
Sure.
your mead consistency. Something very thick, something robust.
Okay.
You might need a ladle. You got a ladle? I didn't bring a ladle. And he starts going through his satchel. You got a ladle? Big spoon? Something?
Not on me. No.
All right.
I-
He just shoves his face into it. You're gonna want to drink both of them.
There's a lot to drink there. Not really comfortable with a stranger in my room offering me strange liquids in the bucket full.
I never thought of that.
Unsurprising.
So I don't. It's my third time traveling, and I'm sorry, but it's Jaya, right? Not Jaya, right? Like your last name's right, but like Jaya is like your name,
Jaya.
right? I do that a lot. I don't. So, say that one more time. I already had half of mine.
Jaya.
Jaya. All right. So your A sounds like an I.
Yes.
Oh, I don't come here often. You're gonna want both.
So I'm gonna take whatever cup I had with my dinner, I'm gonna dip it into one of the buckets, and I'm gonna drink.
You said you didn't have anything.
You asked for a ladle. I don't have a ladle.
I said a ladle, a spoon.
You never mentioned cup.
That's-
It's very literal.
Accurate.
You got me, man. You got me. All right. Do you have a cup?
I have this one.
This is my.
I have this cup.
All
have another.
right.
Why do I need to drink these 2 buckets?
Unless you want to lose your snacks on the trip, you're gonna need this. Just one, I've traveled 3 times. The first 2 times I threw up. I don't know what happened on the third one. I kind of blacked out. So this one, I'm gonna do what the manual says. So he's about to the bottom of his first one. Yeah, I should probably do this at the same time, huh?
Why
But
do
only
I?
with a ladle.
Why do I need to drink so much? It's a lot of liquid.
You know that feeling? Where everything in here is like right here, and then it comes out of here and here.
Sure.
You like it?
No.
Then drink both buckets. Yeah, you don't have to. I'm looking out for you, man. J.
And this thin mint.
J. A sounds like Jaya. You're gonna need it.
You know what? Okay, I will drink them both. I'm gonna put down my cup, grab one of the buckets, and just sip at it as best I can.
Challenge! And he starts sucking down his.
Beer ball!
Best trip ever!
All right. I suppose I finished the first bucket. Put that down.
So snacks.
You really want to try what I have on my plate right now?
I like to eat things. So I don't. What do you got?
Sure. Gonna hand him the plate.
What's on the plate?
A collection of vegetables, mainly, with a few pitch black flowers tossed into the mix.
I should come here more because I don't know what that is. Did you call it something special?
Snacks.
Yes. Snacks it is. And
Okay.
he starts it. Do you have another cup?
Here, you can take mine.
Oh. You know, you can see that he's like worried about your germs.
Sure.
Yet he's covered in
Right.
like nastiness.
Well, because I'm the gross one. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take the second bucket and just
And
start.
he's gulping into
Sure.
it. Took one of the very dark black ones,
Mhm.
and goes and you pound the other one.
So I'm sort of just watching him, waiting to see if the flower does anything.
So first time. Okay, we're about to go. Did you finish your second bucket?
Working on it.
Okay, you got it. You got to drink up.
Sure. How you feeling?
A little hard to swallow, but other than that, I think I had toes when I came in. I can't feel my toes,
That's common from the serpents.
but I'll get those back sometime. I really can't be late this time.
Late for what?
We got to go. We got to go. We don't. Okay. Hold on. Pulls in his satchel. Pulls out like just a twig. Like a huge belch comes out of his mouth.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And you hear inside of your mind, confirmed. Whew! We really gotta go. And he pulls inside of there. He pulls that sign and goes, still turning on that wood twig, and he's like, pulls out the second one and is like, and spits like this giant, gross thing on the ground. And it turns like a bright pink and just starts encompassing the room. Drink this! Drink this!
I
Drink
start
this!
drinking it. I down it as fast as I can.
Well, off we go! Off we go!
Where?
Yeah! We're gone! And everything fades to black like super quick.
Great.
You find yourself staring into like a perfect
Segway.
image of yourself. Be it a reflection in a pool, you don't know at this point. Slowly you see your image's veins, like your veins become prominent. And they turn like a really bright green. You can't move. You're just staring directly into it. And all your veins turn like super bright green. And then your image that you see starts to tear in all of those segments where your veins are into like hundreds of pieces. And everything starts to separate. And you can see a perfect image of yourself, but in like hundreds of pieces scattered across this image.
Okay.
And you see the edges of those small pieces change from that bright green to like a really dark, rich purple.
Okay.
And they slowly dissipated apart, but they quickly reassembled. And you're staring right directly into yourself again. Except the eyes are like a dark, deep purple.
Okay.
And you hear inside of like your right ear. It's very wispy. It's very wispy. In case it gets All of the truth does not reside in the light. All of the deception was not created in the darkness. Show your love and complacency through your comprehension and reservation. Your reflection shatters. And all the pieces fly by you, like almost through you, to like you should be shredded into pieces.
Right.
Going through, you don't feel any of it, but you can see it all happen. Cutscene.
Great.
Normal. Music change? Oh.
We're gonna watch Benny. There's a mildly developed planet in the Weo system called Brum. Finding caves that you find for shelter, scavenging for parts, and any type of technology. You have somebody next to you that kind of hangs out with you, not for very long. But Tanya provides repairs, programming, and upgrades whenever needed. You see a small creature. This one's kind of thin, kind of tall for something that looks like rodent-like. About 5 foot tall. Long arms, long legs, very slender, very confident. Walks in, dead eyes to you. Good day. I'm Pech. I come to you bearing some gifts.
Hello. Okay. What are the gifts?
Gifts!
Just instantly accept them. I love
I
it.
am so glad that you asked.
Thank you.
Ranu, right? Ranu. Serial number is missing. You might be the one I'm looking for. Satchel reaches in. 2 containers of like the highest end of technology that has never even you've never even seen of synth lubricant. Tink, tink.
Nice.
Would you care to indulge?
Why am I receiving this?
We need to go somewhere, and you, my fine young Griff it is, right? Extends hand. Griff. Denpeck.
Yeah. There's the first time.
You knew my name was Denpeck.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
I just can see the future.
All right, then you knew I was coming here.
Yeah.
I love being a traveler. This is amazing. So, Denpeck,
Yeah.
Griff,
No.
missing serial number. That's more of your true name.
What?
You don't have a serial number. Griff?
No. I don't know. I didn't know there was supposed to be one there.
Oh, even better. Even better. But you do call yourself Griff, correct?
Yes.
Good to know. Pulls out of a satchel like this glowing orb. Like a flash, almost like the old school Polaroid camera. Flash in the eye, and you hear in all of your, whatever you read in, hexadecimal, binary, whatever,
Okay.
you hear, confirmed. All right. We got places to go. So you want to lube your joints up there brand new? It's going to help.
Why are we so...
Where are we going?
This is how you know we're super mature.
We're hitching the next ride off this rock. You want to live in caves? Live in caves. You want to get out of here and take Tanya with you?
Sure. Okay.
Best trip ever. 37 trips. 37 trips. You're my favorite. This is amazing.
All
All right.
trips.
Trips. We travel to places. We go places. Like take a trip. Not fall over on your face and need repairs. Thank God you got Tanya with you to do those repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Not those kind of trips. We're talking like we travel places, man.
Why do you travel places and why?
Oh, so you don't die.
Like you don't die or I don't die?
No, I'll be fine. I got my satchel. I got a whole shit ton of stuff in here that's gonna save my ass. You? Not so much. You wanna go?
Sure, why not? I'm sick of this planet.
You gotta apply all the lubricant to all your good parts, man. Have you ever shit out like nuts and bolts on a really bad day? Bad repair? You've been to a bad repair guy. Raise your hand. Bad repair guy? You've never been to a bad repair guy. And like felt a little like, what is that going on inside me? And couldn't find a corner in the cave. Tanya, am I right? And he looks to your cohort, your little friend that's with you. Looks at Tanya, am I right? She looks at him like, do you need to lube up your parts? Let's be real. He pulls out of his container. I can't take what you're taking, but I can take these. The cylinders look very, very similar, but they're almost like a dark reddish. They got sparkles inside of them. It's kind of like lubricant. It looks thick, but you can tell it's not brand new like lubricant. Pops it open. You're gonna need it. And he sucks it down. 2 for the trip. 1 don't work. 3's too many. I gave you 2. I'm leaving in 6.5, 6.2 minutes. Earth, no, not Earth time. What planet are you from?
Adrialanta.
That planet's name. I'm gonna write that down.
I just see you
You're gonna
point
text it
off
to me.
in the distance of the cave. Just say that planet's name.
Yes.
Okay. I just lube up my parts. Where do we go?
It's like a Lever commercial. Lever 2000.
Woo! And he's starting to down the second one as he's getting into his satchel here. I say he, but it's doing this into here. Pulls it out. Pulls out a smaller cylinder like a stone, almost. Woo! Stronger than the last batch I made. Holds it up. Thumbs up. All right. Hold on. Oh. 38th trip. And he goes, let's go. Everything starts to fade to black, but in that quick moment, you hear Tanya. I don't want to go again, Griff. And as Chanya's voice like fades out, Griff, do you dream? And then everything turns to black.
Right?
And then we end scene. Oh, that one got me emotional. Woo! She failed the Turing test. Right. Do you know Chinese?
And you're funny.
Wow. Aw,
He's cute, right?
he's adorable. And the
I'm
cool
not
thing is,
meant
like,
to be
it has,
crazy.
it's everything I wanted it to be,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
and everything
I college.
and everything I didn't think he would be. That's the greatest part.
I think that's what she wanted.
That's the way it should be. That's why I don't like drawing pictures. Let you do it.
Cute.
It's like one of those globes on a stand with a
Yeah.
smiley face.
And when you squeeze him, he's like, "Mwah." That's why, yeah, he's a squeeze.
Mwah!
Yeah. You know, squeeze him. That's what he's made of.
The eyes poke out.
Yeah.
So we zoom into the very busy streets of an even more busy city. There's carts that are being pulled by horses, you know, doing wares and taking people just to do their daily biddings. And also, it shares the streets with full motor vehicles. You see motorcycles, cars, nothing you've ever seen before though. But you also see horses, wagons, people on foot. Pickpockets and vendors basically run the day, the day-to-day motions while down in this area. And you stand there doing your daily discussions with somebody you don't know. And an unknown creature, even though there's a lot of diversity that you know of in this area, something stands out a little bit more. There's a difference between diversity and just completely I've never seen that before. And you hear coming up behind you, you see it, because you're good at that. You're used to the busy streets and everything going on around you. Hey, let's get a drink.
Where?
Let's get a drink and another drink and let's get some drinks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Where's your favorite place?
Down the corner to the left.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, crap. And picks up a satchel off the ground. I was like, oh, jeez, if I leave that again. Jesus. Woo! Let's go. Where?
Straight left. Let's go. We'll run.
Can I follow you?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Woo! So this little gray creature, scrappy, like you've seen's been like in multiple scuffles that were not by choice. Follows you. Sits right up to it's like, ooh, yeah. And pulls out like a trading, kind of like an electronic device, and puts it on the table. He says, 4 of those. Bartender has no idea. 4? How many credits? Is looking at the bartender. The bartender's like, and just walks on. What do you do?
What does it look like? Like
It's just it's a
like-
small like it's a like a puck. It's almost like you know those little vibrating things you get when you're waiting to get into like Ruby Tuesdays or something. I don't know. But it's a square
Okay.
little thing. It's digital. Yeah, it looks like a
Okay.
pager if in 2017 in Human World, but that's the shape of it. It looks like and how many credits?
LED coaster.
It's got little lights on it.
I look at my currency.
Credits.
Okay, and I'll just go. for my drinks.
You need 2.
2,
Can I have 2?
3, 6, 3.
I need 2.
Okay, 2.
Do you need 2?
2. Probably
You need
more,
minimum
but-
2.
Minimum 2. Okay, 4 for me, 2 for you. Let's go.
More than 2 is too many. But you can
Two
have
late,
them.
2 later. 2 nights
Yes.
later. Okay, let's go. 4. We'll go for it all together.
And it flips open his notepad. I was like, and it's not trying to be like any nonchalant. And you can read it. It says, I don't know what the hell just happened, but I think I ordered 2 drinks. Flips the page.
Perfect.
Whew. So how many drinks you get?
Well, 4 because 2 for later. We'll do 2 later.
So 4 each?
No, we'll do 2 each, but I'll have more later.
Okay. So, whew, it goes up there and grabs it. It's like, so, if I get this right, flips the notepad. And it is not being secretive at all, but feels like you can see that it's trying to be secretive, but as it does this, it's like showing your hands in poker
Yeah.
and going, is this what I need? Is that 5 aces? It's kind of one of those, and on there you see DITZ question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Whew. And takes it, flips it, and you hear inside your head, confirmed. So, okay, I need a drink. Shamalanga?
Oh, yeah.
And pounds his first one.
Yeah. I'll also pound my first one.
Grabs the second one, it's going for it. Shamalanga!
Whatever you said. Yeah.
And you pound the next one. Whew. Shamalanga? Shamalanga.
More.
No, Shamalanga, Shamalanga. Shamalanga, Shamalanga.
Yeah.
Shamalanga!
Okay. Yes. I don't know, strange little man, but okay. We'll go with this. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. What do you mean, but okay.
Starts flipping back in this notepad. We don't have much time. So grabs into his satchel, pulls out a dagger. Right in your.
I'm just
pulls
like,
it up
what's
your
the
face,
fuck? Like, wait a minute.
slams it in the table.
This is a different kind of job. I didn't think it was like that. Okay. What the fuck are you doing?
We gotta go.
And I'm just like,
Yes.
Again, he's trying to be
on
like,
crack.
it's trying to be like very like nonchalant,
Why are you flipping her off?
but very blatant. And you see the blade like disappears and covers the whole bar and starts to encompass you and him, or it encompasses and go, did it!
no.
Did it!
No.
Woohoo!
Not okay. Why?
And everything fades to dark black, and you don't know where you are, a black empty space. You can't see anything at this point, but you know that you're in a crowd because you can hear like the voices, a lot of things going on around you, even though you can't see any of it. You got endless chatter fills around the room, around the encompass of the area. And you're trying really, really hard to grasp onto a conversation because that's where you can do it.
Yeah.
You're like, you're trying really hard, but you can't concentrate just right before you're like, oh, it's gone. And it's on to another one. You try to speak and nothing comes out. You hear something not audible, but it's almost like you're thinking it or dreaming it, but you know it's real. Words can lose meaning when said too loudly. Actions can fall short when done in haste. Listen. Move slowly. Put these sounds into motion. And we pan out.
Okay. Whew.
At this point,
New trick.
you are all basically having these dreams and visions. And everything kind of goes dark, and it's like it's a real sleep with no dreams. And you start to hear wake up, sleepyheads. Hello. Wake up!
Hug off.
What do you want?
And that's where we're going to end our session tonight.
Cheers.
Oh yeah!
Sweet.
I'm going to do this now.
Happy.
Woo!
Hey.
No,
Oh
no, nobody.
Sorry.
We can do a two-person meeting.
Start it.
We got through some of
Sending
this.
it back down.
I'll just do a wave. It's like a high five. You don't leave a man hanging with the wave. Just kidding.
Or a woman.
Man like mankind.
Or a griff.
Or a grip.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
Oh, it's my little.
Where's that?
Oh, you can see.
What am I seeing?
It's a little. It's a hug.
It's
Her first and only friend.
Aw.
First and only.
Yeah.
through the paper on the
He's
street?
doomed.
Well,
Thing.
You sure can.
we have kind of decided that we're going to put out there that you can build a character if you want. What do you think? If anybody out there wants to build a character, put it out there, you know. Because I discussed it with the people who want to play. If you want to build a character, build a planet, build a backstory. Open up the Discord server if you want to put it on the what game? Which one? New Trippers. It should be hashtag New Trippers inside the Discord server. If you want to do that, lay it out there. And if you want it to attack these guys, I can make that happen. If you want it to be her second friend or whatever.
I made a really sad backstory. Pitiful. Is that it?
Beautiful.
That's okay. Mine's pretty sad too.
But
There could be sad
yeah, I
things.
think we'll start working on that. But I have plenty of story. You guys have plenty of story. I know that every single one of you has plenty of story that I hopefully just touched on. I hopefully didn't blast it out there.
No, loads were blown. So sorry.
No loads were blown. I don't. If that's not a hashtag, it is now. Phrasing.
Lodestone.
So I think we should go from there. We will be back, right? Everybody, next Thursday. We're gonna delve into what the hell just happened. WTF? Did that show up on camera? The WTF? I hope it did.
That was a good
Great.
moment.
Because if it didn't, we need all
He was more
edited in.
incognito than that one character. It was like,
What the? So, thanks, guys. Thanks for anybody that's watching or doing anything like that. Thank you guys for coming, guys, because I think this story, as we move on, we'll get more into it and figure it out from there. But as that, we'll sign off because it is past 9:30. My bad. Time to tabletop, all that good stuff, and come back and see us. We got some new trippers. We don't even know what that is yet. New trippers next Thursday. Open Legend RPG. You can always find time to tabletop.